wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Monday, July 5th. It's the day after the big holiday in America. In America. That's Delita. I'm Travis, and it's time for Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. The excitement continues.
Hopefully we'll get Seth Rollins back and we call it Monday Night Rollins again.
Ew, nobody wants to see that.
That's what people want.
Nobody wants that.
We got to give the people what they want.
Nobody's like, ooh, yippee skippy doo-dah about that. They're all like,
Woo!
ew, him? Bleh. Nobody likes him. It's men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Drip and Ricochet and what's-his-face, Riddle and McIntyre and I don't remember. I didn't catch who the other two were. Missed out.
Big E, Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah?
The SmackDown dudes.
Big E. And
Totally
Kevin
from
Owens.
SmackDown.
Those SmackDown guys.
Oh, you should have. Ms. TV. I think they're going to have all four of them, yeah, for the Raw.
Wow, they're going to have everybody on their little show?
Yes.
He's just asking for trouble at that point, isn't he?
Yes. Well, Johnny Driptip's already out there.
True.
And he is going to wrestle Ricochet later tonight.
Oh, so...
Again, because we saw that last week. That was one of the
But later,
fantastic...
or will it happen now?
It could happen now.
Could happen any moment. Any moment. That guy.
His hair says drip in it. See?
Yes, it does. I'm not sure what he uses to get it to say that, but...
It looks like just one of those, like, silver markers.
Something.
Little
right?
paint markers.
Has to be. Something like that. Did you say the alcoholics?
The aquaholics, yeah.
Oh.
Because they want that drip.
Ew, gross. Sounds like they want something not good for them. All right, anyways, we have some people in the chat. We've got Walter out there. Hey, Walter.
Hello,
we also
Walter.
have Sophie. Hey, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
We also have Landon. Awesome. Hello. We have Rowley with us tonight.
Hey, Rowley.
Roberto is out there. Alita is with us.
Hey,
Chris
Alita.
is with us. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Chris.
We have a Luke Bridge with us saying, hey,
Bridge.
Wrestling Gab, their rumor out there, big return is returned tonight. I don't know who it can be, but Charlotte is getting an update tonight of Becky return. I'm break my TV in happiness. Yay!
Yes. TV happiness breaking.
And he's asked Wrestling Gab, did you see Moxley is bald now?
I have not.
Did he finally just give up and shave his head because he is going bald?
Right.
So it would make sense he would just
He just said screw it.
shave his head. Looks like you were talking to Sophie about baseball stuff and some Disney stuff. Raleigh says, hi, Travis. Delete the hope tonight, Raw. Good. Wait and see. Love stream. Thanks, guys. Well, thanks for being with us, Raleigh. We appreciate it. Alita's just saying hello. Roberto says hello. Happy 4th. I know it was yesterday, but yes, thank you for some happy independence. Alita says, I've been getting my hair braided. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It's awesome. Probably takes a while to get that done. Chris says, Miz, shut the fuck up, Punk cashed in twice as well. But he did such a good job. He made everybody love and hate him. Sophie says, I still have this weird feeling that if Peacock didn't buy the WWE Network, that the WWE Network would have been shut down.
Maybe.
Possibly. We got McIntyre out here talking now, too. I guess I guess it is Miz TV, so they do have talking segments, but my God, why'd they have to have this guy come out and talk? Raul says, hello, good morning, how are you? Great, Raul. How are you doing? How was your day?
Fantastic. Listening to Drew McIntyre talk about his great-great-great-great-grandma McIntyre.
Oh my God. His 8th grandma, 4 times removed?
Something like that.
Anas is in the chat. Hey, Anas says, did you see Jimmy Uso face when Edge trapped him? Oh,
yeah.
I was scared, huh? Len is like, Travis, do you watch hockey?
Not right now, but I know hockey. I know the rules. I know some of the teams, but I haven't watched it in quite a few years now. At least 7.
So Davey's going to die. Oh, wait. He's like Davey and wants to die in Texas. That's weird. Chris says, oh, no. Now Drew is wearing a leather jacket. Yeah, because he's, like, cool.
He's getting cooler and cooler.
And as Chris said, Drew, don't mess with Texas. Yeah. You want to ask to die in Texas? That might actually happen. You probably shouldn't make fun of that kind of stuff. Right. Sophie says, I thought The Miz was supposed to be off TV for months to recover from his injuries. He could, but he's in a wheelchair and he's probably making sure it's rested and stuff. You can tell in his suits that he has a huge brace on that one knee. So they probably have done the surgery and stuff like that. But, you know, he still has to make money for his family, you know, right? And he likes to still be a part of WWE. So as long as everybody's careful with him, it's fine.
With this awe-inspiring stupidity here of Ricochet.
Awe-inspiring stupidity. Ricochet is pow, drip, drip. And nobody died, so everybody seems to be okay. Raleigh says, hi guys, did you see the weekend wrestling news? WWE wanted to sign Moose, but he re-signed with Impact instead of going to WWE.
That's nuts.
That's great. You know, it's funny that WWE was like, ooh, we want you. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm staying with Impact. Now, hopefully, because he re-signed his contract with Impact, he'll get another chance to take that fucking title from dumb shit. And it'll be back in Impact with an Impact person as it belongs instead of being with dumb Omega. Their
ratings are like at an all-time low. And I was like, is it because they don't have a champion? You know, like, I feel like there's a reason that it's so low.
There's gotta be something. Anyways, yeah. Ooh, that's just a little taste of what he's gonna do. That's what he's willing to do to get stuff. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Lana says every week it's Drew talking about his ancestors.
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting kind of old. I'm really sick and tired of listening about his stupid old people that are dead. And now it says Messiah Bailey will lose an I Quit match at Money in the Bank. You think?
Some big words, my dry friend.
Oh, no, it's Riddle. Great. Alita's saying who won the championship. Which championship?
What kind of championship?
Hockey championship? I'm not sure what kind of championship you're asking about. Desmond is in the chat. Hey, Desmond says, hey, I'm 5 minutes late. How are y'all doing today? Great.
Doing fantastic.
How are you doing? Len, how's the start of your week going? Lennon says, I want to see John Morrison hit Starship Pain off the top of the ladder.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
It's broken. It's broken. Landon says that, and Anna says, I think Roman Reigns is scared of Edge. Do you think? Sophie says, we already saw The Miz and John Morrison feud before. Thomas is in the chat. Hey, guys, what's up? Hey,
Look
Thomas,
at Riddle going right up to the top.
How's it going, Thomas? How are you doing this morning?
Thomas.
Sophie says Impact ratings are lower than both AEW and NXT weekly combined. That's pretty sad. So funny. Landis says, here comes the pothead
I'm
Riddle.
really high, he says. I'm really high and a little bit sad.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's his best friend. That's creepy. Alita says hockey. Who won the championship in hockey?
I have no idea.
Don't know. Anybody out there know the answer to Alita's question? Who won the championship in hockey?
The Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley's Cup.
Why hasn't anyone kicked you in the skull yet? Asks Miz. It's a very legitimate question. Don't enable his idiocy. Oh, lovely. Chris is like, Riddle, Zoe. Ziggler says, I'll see you all on Friday, everyone. The Showbreaker is back. Ooh.
The Showbreaker.
Desmond says, I'm pretty good. Had lots of fun on my vacation, but back to normal starting tomorrow. Ew, normal. Just kidding.
AJ Styles coming down. What's he got in store?
Some more talking. Got a lot of talkers out here. Sophie says, at one point, Impact had their eyes on Riddle along with AEW.
Yeah, Miz.
Thomas says WWE must have offered Zelina a lot to come back after the way she was let go.
Possibly.
Maybe, but not necessarily. Landon says, who is the bigger pothead, Riddle or RVD?
That's a tough one. Probably Riddle. He's a little bit younger. Jay Styles.
I was not pinned in. That's just ridiculous. Sophie says there are a lot of people who has mixed reactions with Zelina coming back to the WWE. Chris says, wait, so Drew versus Gender tonight? Maybe. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe. Lena says AJ Styles was robbed of a Money in the Bank opportunity.
No. Oh shit. Oh, Riddle down. Did he get that ankle?
Oh, he hurt his foot again. Chris was like, here's Jordan Kamala, baby. Mm-hmm.
So Riddle just fell down, broke his ankle again.
There. Oh no. His ankle's probably broken more.
He's getting wheeled around in his wheelchair.
John Morrison's like, here, let me help you.
It is very crowded.
It looks slightly dangerous. Oh,
AJ.
AJ's like, I'll make sure you can't come at all. What? I didn't do it. They tripped and fell.
Look at this. The setting up for a tag team match.
Oh.
Morrison in the back of Ricochet.
He's like, that's for the other day when you ran into me and jumped on me from the top rope. Almost.
No, Ricochet throws him back out anyways. The big man. Drew clotheslines him right onto the outside. Tammy's tall.
Yeah.
When he spilled out, he was like already standing up.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-oh, they're trying to get that drip stick.
Oh. Oh.
Ricochet's just anti-fun.
He is jerk.
Nothing. He wants nothing to do with fun.
He's just a jerk face.
He just took the Miz's drip stick.
That's Johnny
and broke
drip stick.
Well, I know it is. It's on Miz's
gross.
golf cart there.
Ugh.
His
all right,
little
so
rolly
Ziggler's
wheelchair.
like, I have to go now. I'll see you Friday. I can't be on Mondays. All right, Ziggler, you get out. Lana says, Riddle ain't gonna be able to walk now. Sophie's like, what happened? I stepped away for 5 minutes. Chaos reigned down
Lots of
upon
chaos.
Raw.
It looks like AJ Styles going right after Riddle's ankle. Maybe Riddle won't be able to make it to Money in the Bank.
Maybe
They'll
not.
replace
Randy
him.
will have to step in his place.
Maybe.
Oh, that's creepy weird. Desmond says he broke his drip stick. He did. Ricochet's a jerk. Sophie says at least we got a couple of fresh matches tonight. Linda says Drew looks tiny compared to Amos.
Doesn't he?
Amos. He does look pretty tiny. Poor guy. He looks like a small,
normal?
tiny version. Like a normal human.
On Earth, they would redo that movie. I have no idea.
I don't know. They're trying to make what's his face relevant, I guess. It's just stupid. I guess maybe it's not a new one. Maybe it's just not a redo, but a extension or something of it. I mean, they're calling it a new legacy. So, I guess that's different.
Maybe.
I wouldn't think so, but, you know.
But there's bears.
Desmond says, who do y'all see winning Money in the Bank? Men's and women's.
I feel like it's either going to be Riddle or maybe it's somebody that's a surprise, if they possibly do a surprise But I would like to see Big E. Would be my pick that I would like to see. I don't know who's gonna win it though.
Win Money in the Bank?
Mm-hmm. Huh. I'd like to see Big E win it.
What about on the women's side?
That's tough. I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out to see who's all in there. But, I mean, it doesn't look like a very strong field. Unless you think it does.
I really don't. I mean, I can't even remember the women that are in it.
The women that are in it so far are Asuka, Naomi, Bliss, and Cross from Raw. And then Carmella, and I don't know if Liv Morgan is or not.
No, she's not, because they're still saying she still hasn't qualified. Even Chris is saying it. Because she even said it that she wasn't qualified at that point. Is Natalya in it?
No. None of the tag team girls, neither of those two, have even
yeah.
had anything to do with it yet.
Right. Chris says Liv still not qualified, even though she beat Zelina. She beat Carmella too, and that was for a spot in Money in the Bank, and they didn't give it to her. So
and they
really
made
weird.
It sound like on Friday that it was for a spot again.
Yeah, it was for
against Zelina Vega.
What more do I have to prove? Is basically what she said to what's her face, Sonya. Sophie says, with Zelina back, does that open the door for her husband to come back since people in the company wants him back and now he wants to come back?
I think so. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I mean, they can obviously keep them separate, but I think that Vince is open to anybody coming into that company unless they've done something really wrong.
Right. Sophie says, I say Big E, and for the women, maybe Naomi or Nikki Cross. Alita says, Natty. I don't think Natalya's even been there.
No.
Luke's saying Zelina Vega is in. When did that happen? Because
See,
she hasn't qualified?
Right, I thought that's what they had said, is that Zelina Vega's just in, and that's why Liv came out and was upset.
Maybe.
Is because she was already in, and then she's like, well, let me prove that I can beat her, and she's already in. Is what it looked like on Friday. That's what it sounded like, but I'm sure we'll see it.
Yeah, that's
They'll
weird.
show us the little bracket.
Starlight Glimmer is in the chat saying, it's been a while, everyone. Yes, we haven't seen you for a while, Starlight.
Hey,
thanks for
joining
stopping in
us
and hanging
again.
out with us. Luke says, Sonya has been giving the losers against Liv the Money in the Bank slots. So stupid. So, is she basically making it that Liv needs to lose in order to get into Money in the Bank? She has to be a loser? So, basically what you're saying, Luke, is that anybody that Liv's gone up against and lost, they only are letting losers in on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty pathetic way to look at it. Not you, I mean what they're doing. And if Sonya's doing that, that's kind of a really terrible way to manage. She should probably be fired. Chris says Liv has to have a live sex celebration to qualify.
Yes.
Sophie said, right? Sophie says they are setting up for a Liv Morgan Money in the Bank win with her storyline. Ravi says, yeah, you guys enjoying the holiday vibes? Yeah, it's over. I have to go back to work tomorrow. Barf. Ayla says, hey, losers. Hey, Ayla. Ravi says, any decent matches on Raw?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some. I mean, we're going to get the New Day.
This one was supposed to happen later, but it's happening now.
Yeah. We're going to get the New Day.
Ricochet versus John Morrison.
In a match later on against the world champion. That should be entertaining. I'm excited to see that.
Thomas's guesses are men Morrison, if not Nakamura, and the women Nikki, if not Zelina.
Nakamura, huh? Is that who's going to be?
Because he's king?
I didn't even know Nakamura was in it.
I didn't either.
I mean, he's obviously not yet, but I could see how it could turn out that way.
There's 2 more spots.
Because we got Seth Rollins coming up. And Cesaro this Friday.
Right.
For a spot.
Yeah. Gothfleshia says, is that Ayla's actual face? Totally is. It's terrible. Ravi says, you guys not confident about Raw tonight?
It's tough. Raw's a tougher one.
It's a week
It's starting out
Money
great
in the
right
Bank,
now,
so
though.
Who knows? Or whatever.
2 weeks. Yeah, we're 2
weeks
weeks out.
out from it. Sophie says Liv Morgan is the only surviving member of the Riot Squad left.
That's the truth.
Looks like LOL. I don't know. The 2 hottest rumors is that Sasha and Sonya and Liv will be fighting for the last 2 spots, and that is setting up a Sonya versus Liv match at Money in the Bank, and Sasha and Becky will take last. 2 spots. Don't you just love rumors? They're my favorite. You could just make up anything and people start talking about it and then slowly start believing it because they can't think for themselves. It's amazing.
I mean, I'd like to see Sasha come back.
Robbie says, D, loving life, watching 3 hours of Raw. Doesn't make me want to slit my wrists or anything.
No.
Alita says Sasha is coming back. Well, I'm sure she is, but I'm not sure if she's coming back at Money in the Bank. Sophie says, do you think if Raw cut back to 2 hours that the USA Network would find something to fill that 3rd hour? Sweetie, yes. I'm sure
they're not just going to have dead air.
They would find something.
It'll probably be a cop detective show.
Who wouldn't want to watch that? I'm sure they would find something. Anyways, we've got John Morrison's not really doing his normal high-flying stuff. He's kind of
he's more of
doing
ground and pound stuff here.
Ground and pound right here. Yeah, Sophie says, do you think if Raw cut back... Oh, I already asked that one. Luke says, I'm only repeating those 2 because they are the only 2 that have been picked up by a lot of people on WWE talk shows. Right, yeah, WWE talk shows are like, oh, hey, you know what? We went through the Twitter sphere and we saw some really good rumors out there. Let's talk about them so that we can pretend they're real.
Uh-oh, Ricochet. Sliding through. Almost hit the Miz. Oh, dripstick. They're having a water fight.
Oh, shit.
Or a drip fight, whatever you want to call it.
Miz is like, I don't want to be here. He's like, how long do I have to keep my head down
Morrison
so you
caught him
off of me?
Oh, that hurts. Power bombed him right across that top of that barricade.
Ooh, bummer for him. Right, I was like, do you stop with rumors, all that clickbaiting? Sophie's like, it was the USA Network to move to 3 hours 10 years ago.
I remember it. And then I remember it was like they added an extra hour and didn't add any extra matches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? Wait, why are you doing that?
It was like, yes, that's my actual face. Why? I thought I was looking good. You sound hideous. Luke says, all I know is Liv just getting shut on with her current storyline for real. Shit on. She's just getting shit on with her current storyline for real.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. At some point, they've got to do something with it, right? Whether it's get the fuck rid of her for our good and forever, or make her something more, I guess. Sophie says, I meant it was the USA Network's idea for Raw to be a 3-hour show 10 years ago. Right. Understandable. And stupid.
They're like, just fill up another hour. Somebody will watch. I'm pretty sure that WWE is their biggest draw. I don't know if they have any other thing on there that's bigger, that gets more ratings.
Right? Oh my god.
You know what kind of
They're
fish?
koi fish.
Don't be coy.
Have you ever seen this shirt before? He's wearing it.
He's already got it on. You know what? I'm still going to get it.
I need a backup. Sophie's like, a couple weeks ago, it was the 10-year anniversary of the CM Punk pipe bomb. Oh, I missed it. Dang. So sad. Looks like off to work I go. Blah. Just think of all the time off you're going to enjoy.
Right? Look at.
What'd you do? Is
Broken.
it broken?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta change your stuff more often there, sweetie. Guess you're gonna have to find a new one to start wearing again.
I've got
some other color. Some other color. It was like, I have the sweetest mullet with the thickest glasses you can buy. That's what the guys like, right? Thick glasses?
Yes.
They do. They like them thick. They like them thick. Sophie says Raw is the USA Network's #1 show, besides a lot of people hating on it, including the people who watches it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do, is hate stuff and love it? Love to hate? Anyways, hey, Ayla, how did those brownies go with your father-in-law?
Eat them up. I'm sure you ate them.
If you notice, I did send like half the pan that was left.
I did not.
I only left myself like this much. So if your sister comes over, she decides she wants a goodie, there's some for her to eat.
I'm sure she will.
Come over or just eat?
Well, she'd have to eat to come over, but yeah. And then
she'll come over and be like, "Oh, look, goodies," and then she'll make coffee, have some goodies, and then she won't do anything
she'll do
but play on her phone. I'm so angry right now, and then she'll have to leave.
Well, I've got to take Jacob to the military.
She has to take him to the military.
Mm-hmm.
We're back from a commercial break. It was like they all love them, and George's mom wants the recipe. Well, I won't give her the brownie recipe because the brownie recipe is a family recipe, and, you know, I don't really give it out very freely. But the other part is really simple. She can make any brownies that she wants, or you want, or whatever. Any brownie recipe, doesn't matter. And then all you do is put that stuff on top, like I said. It's just,
look at this. Morrison double stomp right on his chest.
Just coconut toffee bits, Heath toffee bits, chocolate chips. I usually do both semi-sweet and milk. And then pecans and sweetened condensed milk on top of that. So.
Just drain it on there. Put the drip on there.
Yeah, put the drip on it. And it's a full pan of brownies. 9x13.
All right.
Pan of brownies.
Ricochet.
Cook them for a little bit. 12 to...
Take it right to
10
Morrison.
to 12 minutes, 12 to 15, depending. Then you take it out, put all your toppings on it, put it back in for another 15 minutes. Check if they're done. Put them in for another 5 if they are. That's it.
Is it just me, or is it weird that Ricochet just kind of came from nowhere? He was kind of one of those guys that were a bottom feeder. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden he's in Money in the Bank. It's kind of just weird. Like, they're like,
right.
Go ahead and put him in there.
Okay, so they did try to push him, right? So they tried to make him like this big thing for a while, right?
A couple of years ago, you mean, when Paul Heyman was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they tried to make him into this big thing, and then all of a sudden, with all this stuff happening with Paul Heyman, he just kind of just disappeared. Charlotte Flair medical update tonight, huh? Because she broke him. What happened to her? She broke her face? Like normal?
Yeah, she got in a little bit of a scuffle last week.
Sophie says, remember Raw was on Spike TV for a while before USA Network wanted them back.
I do remember them leaving for a minute. I was wondering if that wasn't just in my head, though.
Yeah. Ayla's laughing, says, that's her at my house. I want to visit the kids. Then she's on the phone the whole time using my Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's weird. Sophie says, if they do make Raw 2 hours again, they could put 205 in the 3rd hour spot and put one of those, their WWE Network documentaries on that 3rd hour.
I mean, if you're going to do 205, that would be plenty. You don't need to have 2 shows. Unless you're talking about 1 hour of main roster stuff, 1 hour of 205, and then 1 hour of documentary.
Right. If that was the case, I just wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, they need at least an hour and a half to 2 hours.
For Raw's stuff for their people. To make it relevant for the guys that they're actually going to utilize. Sophie says Ricochet was a U.S. champion who beat Samoa Joe for it.
Yes. He did pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that over the last, 2 months, he came from nowhere.
Yeah. He wasn't around, and then all of a sudden he was here. Like, we really didn't see him last year throughout the whole pandemic stuff or
this
whatever.
Would be like Humberto Carrillo wrestling in there. You know what I mean? Because they were on the same level. And, Alexander. But Alexander at least was in the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
And he's been completely buried.
Yep.
He's going after Jeff Hardy all of a sudden. Look at that. He got him with the dripstick.
He made him all slick and gross. Aria's in the chat saying now that's something you don't see often with 2 superstars.
Rolls him up. Oh,
wow,
Ricochet still somehow got out of it.
Weird hold. Kind of creepy.
A dripstick attack. You know what would be funny? Put Ricochet on the top rope like he's going to go do a finisher, and then spray him, and then he slips, and then Morrison wins. That would be a great finish.
Right?
Wow.
Oh,
missed with that elbow drop.
Sophie says 2 hours Raw and one of the WWE Network documentary if the USA Network wants to go that route one day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could do something like that if they wanted to keep wrestling relevant on USA Network.
The thing is, though, is they're going to get well over $1.5 million. Oh, Ricochet messed up bad there.
Hopefully he's okay.
And then he landed on his pelvis.
He did. John Morrison kind of tried to save him. You could tell he was like, oh, shit. So he tried to, lift him and, hold him at the same time so he doesn't hurt himself.
I just hope he didn't hurt his pelvis at all. It looks like he's fine.
Oh, he's going to get his arm ran over by Miz if he's not careful. He's like, dude, stop moving around. I'm trying to get around
He's doing that on purpose. He's not going to get in. The referee learned how to count to 10. He must have went to night school.
I've been learning to count to 10 a lot lately. I wonder if Twitter people complain that they never do count outs. Because all of a sudden it's like this huge thing they do all the time again. It's kind of weird. Chris says this could be a main event matchup if booked right and without Miz and the childish antics. But it wouldn't be fun without the childish antics.
Oh, it'd be fun.
Nobody's saying that what they're doing in the match is great. Like, Ricochet and John Morrison are very evenly matched and stuff like that, and they do a lot of fun moves and things, which they can do together.
The in-ring performance.
We still see it even with the little bit of childish antics happening. And that's okay. Make it a little more entertaining.
Watch this. See,
Could you imagine? Oof. Could you imagine what this will be like with live and a live audience with people in the audience?
Yeah.
They'll go batshit crazy. This is the kind of stuff that you as the audience member are going to be freaking the fuck out about because you're freaking about it at home. If you're there right now and could watch it in person, not on the Thunderdome and actually in person, I can just imagine Miz going up the thing. Everybody's like, boo, throwing shit at him. Nah, I hate you. You're such a bastard.
He's like Dennis the Menace.
Right? You're such a fucking piece of shit. We all hate you. Why don't you go back home where you belong? You cripple. Sophie's like, why did John Morrison re-sign with the WWE after he had a great run with Impact with the way I heard about it?
I think just money.
Probably
This
money.
is where you want to go to end your career, just like AJ Styles. That's a lot of money.
And he's really good friends with The Miz, if you didn't know that. They really are really good friends. And, and his wife probably is like, hey, look, we got to, go somewhere where we're kind of more together and stuff like that. And I think she was done with whatever she was doing over there.
Awesome.
We were close friends. What? You were in a group called 3-Man Band? I remember back in the day
Jinder
when
Mahal.
I was in 3-Man Band.
It looks like they're kind of starting to push that a little bit. So that means Jinder's just going to get beat up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. That's funny. He doesn't have the excuse Heath Slater had.
Right. He ain't got kids.
He didn't got kids. So it says I was watching the night after the 2015 Royal Rumble where they had to cancel an original episode of Raw and gave you most of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Nice.
I do not remember that. Why did they have to cancel it?
Right?
I'm wondering if I don't remember. Something happened there.
I don't know, 2015.
15, huh? Look up behind him.
Oh, poor guy. She really was there, too. It's creepy.
You're a mostly grown man.
You're a mostly grown man. He's like tiny.
Oh, Lord.
They're like, we need Shayna to wear a little more revealing, sexier clothes. Let's make her tops sheer.
There she is.
She's like, haha, I'm
The
here.
blister standing in the back.
It's an 8-woman tag team match, huh?
They're just putting
They're
everybody
like,
out there.
let's put them all together. Asuka, Naomi, Nikki Cross, and Bliss against Shayna, Nia, Ava Marie, and Doudrop. That's tonight on Raw, everybody.
They should take these
Just what
8
you always
and
wanted
wrestle
to see.
the 8 of SmackDown. Oh, wait. SmackDown doesn't have 8.
They have 6. Barely. Sophie says John Morrison and his wife showed up on an episode or 2 of Being the Elite. Yeah. Chris says Jinder on a bike. Sophie says it was during a big snowstorm on the night after the Royal Rumble 2015. Lieutenant Martha's in the chat. Hey, Lieutenant Martha says, I thought Chuck Palumbo was pulling up. Oh, it isn't. It's Hinder the Gender.
Oh, yeah.
Chris says they canceled because of a snowstorm in 2015. You guys know your shit about snowstorms. Thomas says Ricochet did challenge Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel for the WWE title.
I remember that. I got beat up. And that was kind of the end of him. That was his downfall. That was the end.
Yeah.
After that, he was nothing. That's it. I remember that now. Mm-hmm. Like, he was doing really good, and after that, I remember mentioning that a few times. Like, why are they doing that to him? Because then he just started losing everything. It was a downward spiral.
Mm-hmm. Thomas says Ricochet did... Oh, I already said that one. Chris says 8-woman tag match. That's pretty cool match, though. Something I would do on a video game.
Yes. Who was the other girl with Naomi?
Asuka, Naomi,
Asuka, got it.
Nikki.
That's it, I got it.
Bliss.
Now we just got to get through a commercial break.
We have Jacob Hagin in the chat. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? How was your 4th celebration? Everybody safe? All that good stuff?
Get after it.
Yeah, Gatorade. Greatness starts with a G. Well, usually. Jacob says, I just got home from fishing. Sweet.
Oh, yum.
Did you catch a whole bunch of fish, or were you a catch and release area? Waleed is in the chat. Hey, Waleed, how are you? Sophie says, hopefully the next time they go to Saudi Arabia, they plan their backup planes in case they don't want to repeat what happened with one of their trips over there. Their trip over there that Vince got a little too big for his britches, and they basically said they couldn't leave.
Yeah, they stopped airing it on local television there because they hadn't paid him yet. So Vince cut the feed, and so they
made it so he couldn't leave.
They said, okay, that's fine.
That's fine. We'll just hold your planes hostage and say that, we can't get our tarmac going or anything like that. And there you go. Jacob Jean says, yes, I slept yesterday and went fishing Saturday. It was good. Awesome.
Nice.
We're tired. I bet. Alita says, I'm still full. You're still full from your eating this weekend? Did you have a nice barbecue there, Alita? Sophie says, how often does Raw or SmackDown land on holidays or the day after it?
Obviously all the major... Like, it'll never be on Thanksgiving because it's on Thursdays, but, probably once a year, maybe. You get a major one that's on something. Labor Day and Memorial Day every year because they're always on Mondays, correct?
Right. I wonder what they're going to do when they have live shows, though, because with the other stuff that was happening, the stupidness of last year, they could record stuff, right? So they would just record it, and if it landed on Friday, which I think Christmas did land on a Friday. Or
yes.
Did it this last year?
And New Year's, yes.
Yeah, and so they just pre-recorded SmackDown, basically, and that was it. So they had they had days off, which, they deserve to have.
They will not travel on Christmas anymore. They did it. They were live like 2 years ago, and they're like, nah, never again.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine that, by Christmas night, like that day, you could probably have people watching. But I don't know how many seats you would sell. I guess it'd be cool. Like, here's your Christmas present to go to this. I would do it, but, I think it would be different if you had little kids. But even if you had little kids, you would just take them with you, right? Because they would have to be wrestling fans, too, because you're making them that way.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know. Jacob says, Travis, I am going to miss AEW on Wednesday. Oh, yeah? You doing some fun stuff, or are you working? Jamal McGee is in the chat. Hey, Jamal, how's it going? Says, almost a superhero would make a great TV show. Almost a superhero. Well, he says, how y'all doing tonight? Are y'all enjoying Raw so far?
I'm loving
almost back on the road, guys. Yes, we are. Not too far away. Couple weeks. Alita says, yes, I did. Ribs, crab cakes. Wow, girl. You were like, you went all out. Sophie says that Saudi Arabia trip benefited NXT because they got to be on the main roster shows and to fill out the roster that they didn't have.
Right, yeah, they had to make up a whole entire program, and then it ended up being at Survivor Series where it all culminated for them.
I hated it.
Yeah, she was not very happy about it.
I hated it. It was freaking dumb. I hated it. Yeah, that's where the whole Travis is like, do you have passion? This is passion. I was not a happy camper about that whole NXT garbage. Jacob says, I am going out with my brother. Yeah, that's fun.
Good
Be
deal.
safe while you're doing it. Sophie says, they used to tape Christmas episodes like a week before it so the roster could celebrate it with their families, which they might do this time. They might just not do a live show. They'll probably just do a recording after their last live.
Yeah, it's usually going to be that last 2 weeks they'll do something like that. So they'll take 2 or 3 weeks off.
Yeah. For during holiday times and stuff like that, so that they can be with their families, which, makes sense, right? Jamel says, does anybody want to see Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam? No.
Bobby
Lashley against somebody who's young? Sure. Against an old man who needs to go away from the business? No.
Be nice to Goldberg. Plus, he's already wrestled once this year, so he doesn't have to do it again. He only has to wrestle once a year.
Jacob says, Travis, I have heard of recently released WWE superstars. Do you know who just got released? Nope, didn't know there was any
over the last week or just in the last couple months? Over the last couple months, yes, I know quite a few of them.
But over this last week, I haven't heard any. Sophie says, I think the 2019 Survivor Series build with NXT was kind of a last-minute thing.
It was. I think it was put together because they all had to fly up from Florida to be there. Because I'm pretty sure they were in New York or something like that.
Right. But they made it so the people that were left there on the roster that were still there were like garbage. And I was like, how fucking dumb is that? Like, you don't do that to your people. You just don't.
Almost a superhero.
Almost a superhero. Thomas says Lashley versus Lesnar needs to happen for SummerSlam. Yes. Like, something like that needs to happen, but not Goldberg. Sophie says they are saving Goldberg for either their return to Saudi Arabia or for SummerSlam.
Hopefully he's getting in shape because he was starting to get a little bit softer. When he first came back a few years ago when he beat Brock for the title, he was stacked. And that's what we want to see again, is a big, strong Goldberg, not a guy that's just there because he needs a little bit of money.
Right?
Asuka, Natalya there, or Naomi have the same coat on. Feel the glow.
With the something in the second row. She actually said something in English that was actually, like, good. Everybody missed it.
I missed it.
Because Travis was talking. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there she is.
Asuka's got her hair a little bit different. She's going more with the yellow and pink.
She's matching her outfit. Cross coming out by herself.
What did Bliss say?
I didn't hear her.
Something about Money in the Bank's going to be hers, maybe?
Possibly.
So instead of Cross, she is now Nikki Ash. Almost a superhero.
Nikki Ash.
It's acronymed ASH. So instead of Cross, she is now Ash. Almost a superhero. That's pretty weird.
Bliss coming out second.
Well, she's kind of with Nikki Cross. So they kind of, if Nikki comes out first, she's got to kind of come out with her because they're kind of teamed together, or have been. Jacob says, I saw Edge returned again. Is Braun going anywhere since he is not with WWE?
I haven't seen him sign with anybody or doing anything. I'm sure he's going to at some point. Somebody will pay him.
Somebody's got to pay him. He can't just go for his $10,000 to $20,000 I'll make an appearance shit forever. People are going to get sick of that. Sophie says, I wonder what they would have done if they didn't have NXT to help out with the main roster shows. Sophie says when they go to Saudi Arabia, why book it like a day or two before SmackDown?
Yeah, they could have easily just put in some highlights, and then they had some wrestlers. Daniel Bryan didn't go. What was his name?
I don't remember, but they all look like garbage anyway, so it doesn't even matter who stayed behind.
I'm trying to remember. Sami Zayn didn't go.
Thomas says, remember Rosie the superhero in training?
Yes. Old Rosie.
Jamel says, rehash Carrie 2021. Oh, jeez. Sophie says, I meant, why do they book the Saudi Arabia shows on a day or two before SmackDown?
They do it on Thursdays. And so basically SmackDown's the next day. They do it every time. I don't understand it myself.
Right. Jamel says, Mighty Molly. Rosie the superhero in training. And then they had Mighty Molly. Two separate people, I take it? Mighty Molly and Rosie the superhero in training.
Right. No, it's the same.
Oh, is it the same person?
I'm pretty sure.
Chris says, LOL, Alexa theme. It says, come visit my playground. Yes, it does. Sophie says, Daniel Bryan didn't go. No, he didn't. He did not go to Saudi Arabia. I think at the time he had a baby on the way. Or
Daniel?
just had a baby.
Are we talking about Daniel by chance? Yeah, he did not go. He was protesting it.
Oh, that's right. That's what he was doing. I thought he had a legit reason. My bad. He was just being a retard.
He was just offended.
He needs to grow up. What a loser.
He's got babies.
Yeah, he has babies, but come on now. Thomas says Vince is still in trouble with the BOD and shareholders for his deals with Saudi Arabia. Really? Because he promised to bring over and to another country and make a whole bunch of money for him. That's kind of weird. I would think the shareholders would be ecstatic about that shit because they make buco bucks doing that. So if it's like Daniel Bryan went to Saudi Arabia the first time, then the second time he is one of the few wrestlers that didn't want to go.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the problem of it is, right, is he probably got all weird and, you know, like, oh, they treat people so bad over there and blah, blah, blah. And
they had killed somebody. It was somebody in the media. He got beheaded or something. And it was a big, they called it blood money. It was a big thing.
Oh, yeah. Chris says the thing with Bliss is she need to be separate from all these other characters. Like, you don't see Taker talking with other superstars until he was Biker Taker, or even Fiend didn't talk to anyone. That's true to a certain degree, but they got to use her somehow, right? So they might be just using her to kind of give a little bump for Nikki, giving her some time and stuff like that, because she is doing stuff on her own too, right? She's kind of in the background, like, stalking Shayna and Reginald. So, you know, it makes sense. Sophie says, I thought going to Saudi Arabia was mandatory for everybody. I don't think it is. Why would it be mandatory? I mean, I'm pretty sure that they would like certain people to go because it makes for better ratings and pops in Saudi Arabia because they have requests that they have in the contracts probably. But other than that, if a person doesn't feel comfortable going, they can't force you to do it. You just don't get paid.
Selena Vega.
Yep, she is in there.
So I got to add her to my list. She just made the list.
Zelina, Carmella, Bliss, Asuka, Naomi, and Nikki. So all four that are there now, out there, Carmella and Zelina. So all the four that are in this little grouping are there.
Absolutely. This is Raw side.
And then Carmella and Zelina.
And then obviously Liv's going to be in it.
At some point.
So then we've got one other one. So who's going to be the other woman?
I don't know, but I think it's kind of weird that they're kind of doing that. Thomas says a French reporter was murdered by the Saudi prince. Well, why do we care if it was a French reporter? Ew, I don't care. They're in France. Not an American.
It's America.
Shit. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a dumbass French reporter who probably talked out of his ass and probably said shit he probably shouldn't have. You don't do that in other countries. Come on, people. I don't care if you're a reporter or not. You take that chance with some of those jobs. Like, if you're going to be an investigative reporter and go to other countries, You better goddamn make sure you have your P's and Q's and dot your I's and cross your T's for shit. Because shit can happen to you, too. Doesn't matter if you have it all recorded on fucking cameras. Because guess what? They can get rid of those, too.
All right. There's our politic hour. Now we're done. All right. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler coming down together. Here comes Eva Marie.
Well, they're kind of technically a tag team, right? I mean, they've won the tag team titles.
Right. And Eva Marie and Doudrop probably coming out together also. And they are.
Well, they have to, because Eva Marie is herself with Doudrop. Because even if Doudrop wins, Eva Marie wins. Sophie says they have makeup dates to make up for their deal with Saudi Arabia since they only went once last year and it happened a month before COVID happened. Yes, they do. They have
showed
to.
up in February.
It's part of their contract. Waleed says, all right, guys, I got to go. It's like almost 4 a.m. in the morning where I'm
wow.
at. Talk to y'all later and good night. All right,
have a
Waleed,
good night.
thanks for hanging out with us for a minute. We really appreciate it. Go get some sleep. Sophie says, it must be a pain to book a Saudi Arabia pay-per-view every time they go to figure out who to put on it and who doesn't go on it. And that's true.
It's a glorified Raw, guys. Seriously, they
really
don't do any major main events.
They don't.
They do weird sideshows.
Yes. And a lot of it has to do with because of what the Saudi Arabians want. Like, they have it specifically in their contract, the things that they ask for. Like, even Travis has mentioned it before. They've asked for wrestlers who are dead.
Yeah, Yokozuna was one of them.
They've asked for wrestlers who are literally dead.
But we have had some good.
We've
had some good matches, right? Seth Rollins lost the title to The Fiend.
Yes.
In Saudi Arabia, and one of the greatest highlights in the history.
The first ever women's wrestling match happened.
They had that one too, but
that was amazing.
Even better than that was Titus O'Neil missing, tripping, and sliding under the ring. Oh my god,
that was so
That was
funny.
in Saudi Arabia.
That was the best highlight ever. That was pretty good. Fleur de Lis is in the chat. Doodah. Hey. What? Yeah, Doodah.
Doodah.
It's Doudrop.
It's Doudrop.
But in all reality, most people who watch NXT UK know her as Piper Niven.
Old Piper.
Which I don't understand why they would change her name, but whatever. They're like, you can't be Piper.
Oh, wow. Eva took down Naomi.
She did a move that got her? Damn.
Oh, she tags out.
Doudrop's like, oh, am I supposed to go in now for you? Oh, jeez. All right. Oh. She didn't get in time. Naomi slowly kicked her in the face. And then threw herself at the other two.
Awful.
It's Naomi. Like,
all right, Asuka on the
really
ring apron.
Good, and then other times she does so bad. Ah!
All right, down on the Doudrop.
Eva Marie is like,
Eva Marie in the ring by herself, but look behind her.
It's Miss Bliss. Whoa.
She's like, I'm out.
Well, that was an interesting way to get rid of somebody.
She's on the floor just laying there. Look behind her. No, I thought somebody was standing there.
No, it was Nikki. She got in there a little bit before. Sophie says, do you see Rick Martel go into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I feel like Rick Martel should be in the Hall of Fame.
Thomas says, they couldn't stop laughing or talking about it for 10 minutes. Hate they're doing this to Piper. But you know what? We don't know how Piper feels about it. I mean, maybe she's okay with being over here and
maybe her name is
Doudrop.
Doudrop in real life.
Maybe she loves it.
Maybe her mom called her Doudrop.
Sophie says, it is weird that when they go to Saudi Arabia, they bring everybody who is on the roster and they don't get used on the pay-per-view.
A half hour is 1 year of your life.
That's not creepy or anything.
It's called Old.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so it's got to be good.
Old.
Well,
they were just little kids.
Yeah.
And then they
went around the thing and came back and they were adults. Chris says, we need Bliss versus Eva. Jacob sees Travis. Cardinals are winning.
Nice. The Big Red Machine. Oh, wait, that's Cincinnati. Never mind. Cardinals are still red.
Thomas says that, no, it is her real name. Piper Niven is her real name. Sophie says, I feel like Piper will get her name back at some point.
Possibly.
That she won't be Doudrop anymore. Arya's like, damn, and Jacob says it's 5-1.
Oh, 5-1. Nolan Arenado have a home run or any RBIs? I have him on my fantasy team.
Ooh.
I also have Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh, jeez.
Emu.
Weird. Who's got the birthdays now?
Pretty sure I have the same glasses that little girl has.
Jacob says, I think he does.
Nolan Arenado getting it done outside Coors Field. And that's what people are worried about. But if he can get it done outside of Coors Field, he can get it done anywhere, especially in St. Louis.
Jacob said he hit an RBI today.
There you go. Ribeye steak.
Thomas says, I like that Piper is still wearing the Lionheart armband. Nice. Sophie says, did you hear that Zelina Vega re-signed with the WWE around the same time her husband got released? She had, actually. She had actually re-signed with him before that. She was just back in the Performance Center. Her role was a little bit different, but probably with the opportunity to come out and wrestle is probably what she did. But she was actually in the Performance Center teaching. That's what she actually was doing there for quite a while. And then she probably, went and said, okay, well, I want to put this in my contract to be able to actually wrestle again.
It's going to be entertaining to see her in a ladder match. I don't see her going all the way to the top of a ladder.
Yeah.
That's like an ant climbing the top of a building. Might take her a while to get up there. I guess she's not much smaller than Bliss, but she is smaller.
YBD says, okay, I'm here. What did I miss? Stuff. You missed some. You missed
Ricochet,
some Miz TV.
Some Johnny
Ricochet
Drip
and
Drip.
Johnny Drip Drip. Ricochet got counted out. Now you're just in the middle of the 8-woman tag match. You've got Naomi, Asuka, Cross, or Nikki Ash, almost a superhero, and Bliss on one side. Dewdrop, Eva Marie, Nia, and Shayna on the other, with Reginald on the outside.
Yes.
That's what you got right now. It was a little bit of some chaos earlier, but Piper's tagging Nia in. This would be
Oh no, Oscar.
Oh shit. Now those would be an interesting force to put together. Put Nia Jax and Dewdrop together. That'd be terrifying.
Right. Call them the natural disasters.
Right.
Typhoon and Tugboat. Oh! Or Earthquake.
Thomas says it's a tribute to the wrestler Lionheart who passed away in 2019.
Ah.
Nice. Jacob says, I am ready for the All-Star game. YBD says, sounds boring. No, it's Raw. Sophie says, I think baseball is boring to watch on TV.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're looking for, it sure can be.
Jacob says, is Alexa possessed weird again?
Not yet.
When has she not been weird?
I mean, she's been weird since she's got this character, but she has not possessed anybody on the other side as of yet.
We haven't seen a lot of Lily lately either, so I'm not sure what happened with that.
Pounded.
Jacob says the tech guy at the school is into wrestling.
Nice.
Isn't that a good thing? Sophie says there is talk that they changed Nikki Cross' name to Nikki Ash because Karrion Kross is getting called up soon.
They didn't want to.
They didn't want to have to share his name, even though it's spelled different. They wouldn't want people to get mixed up that
Right.
K Cross and C Cross are different.
Well,
people.
when there was a shooting in Florida, the guy's last name was Cruz, so they got rid of Apollo's last name, so they just started calling him Apollo because his last name's Cruz.
Right.
So yeah, they're very conscious of that name, whatever the name is at the time.
Chris says Bliss versus Eva Marie. This is what Batista wants. Oh yeah. Ayla's like, TV is the devil. Well, if you're watching Waterboy, everything is the devil. Jacob says the one I work at. Oh, the school you work at?
1,
is interesting.
2, and...
Cool. Sophie says, I like seeing baseball live because it goes by faster.
Where's Shayna taking Eva?
No idea. Why was she taking her anywhere?
They switched her. That was weird. She like taps her leg and she made her get down and then she walked around the other side.
Huh? I don't know.
Like, Eva, you're in the wrong place. Go to your own corner.
I don't like you over here. You need to be over on that side.
By your partner.
By your person. So he's like, I like seeing baseball live because it goes by faster. Jacob says, I am a fan of Carrion. And Ayla says, pray the cable away. That's the Lord's way.
Amen.
Amen.
Big headbutt to Asuka. Asuka just needs a tag.
Poor Asuka. She's getting her butt beat. Not in a good way. Get over there and get
So
Naomi.
is Cross like dead or something? She just leave?
Maybe she got hit on the outside a little too much. Yay.
Reginald.
Oh, no reason at all.
Oh! Baszler breaks the eye
like,
contact.
I'll get you.
Hermione did that to Mr. Quirrell.
Yeah.
So he broke his eye contact.
Yeah, but she didn't know it was him. She started
Right.
somebody else on fire.
Yeah. Severus. Or
Jacob's
Professor.
like, hey, Ayla. And Ayla's like, my mama said. Exactly. Jacob's like, I remember Carrion. And
Oh! You remember Carrion and who?
he remembers Carrion in Impact.
Yes.
Sophie says, today is Adam Cole's birthday. And Ravi says, Naomi getting airtime, Maza.
Asuka finally got somebody in there she can take.
Ooh.
Oh, Eva Marie ducks it.
She's like,
goes
here,
over,
I'll tag
tags
you
Baszler.
instead.
Asuka. Gonna break that arm. Oh, no.
No.
Baszler turns it
Baszler
around.
likes to do the same things.
1, 2, and Baszler kicks out.
Oh,
there it is.
Naomi tagged in.
Naomi finally gets a tag in.
Oh.
Big kick. Suplex. 1, 2, and no.
Oh. I don't know.
Dewdrop basically just fell over, but she did a move.
Oh, poor Naomi. So if it's like,
there it
weird,
is.
People get mad when Zelina re-signed with the company, but when Samoa Joe re-signed with the company, they were very quiet.
I wonder why people would care that Zelina Vega showed up. I like it. 1, Nikki Cross gets hit from behind.
Oh.
Eva Marie.
Eva Marie's like, I can do something.
Now she's tossed to the outside.
Nikki's like, no.
Shayna Baszler flips her up around. Nope.
It's a superhero.
Cross rolls her up.
Doing her little roll up.
She's not the legal person. Oh, no. Nia's the legal person.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Samoan drop.
Oh, she
No.
got out of it. Her slippery things. Whoa.
Ducks it. Cross body.
She's like, I'll
Gets
throw
caught.
myself at you.
Look at the power here. Samoa drop.
Who's
That's
gonna
enough.
save
Count
her?
to 102 and 3.
Nobody. Aw, bummer. The bad guys won again.
Ash loses.
Which is funny, right? Because Bliss is on the good guy side.
Yeah. Eva Marie.
Oh, good for her. Did you guys expect any different? Really? Come on, guys. She said it every time. She's almost a superhero. She's like, I think they hurt my ovary.
And when Eva wins, we all win. Eva won that match handedly. I mean, they won it pretty easy.
Totally.
And she's going to show them all night. Bobby Lashley in the back getting soft.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Oh, this
disrespectful.
How do you get in here every every week. Robbie says, wasn't Asuka undefeated for a long time?
Yeah, she had a big streak. And they were trying to make the streak part of NXT, which made no sense to anybody that was on the main roster.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, she didn't have a very long streak on the main roster. I think she came up around, like, November or December. And then she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Right.
So it lasted a few months on the main roster, but like a year down in NXT.
Not one to be disrespected. Robbie says, Piper doing up Kevin Owens with that move. Yeah. It was like, Zelina isn't a godly person. That's why the people were mad. Probably. Robbie says, Cross ended up like roadkill. Sophie says, some idiot called Zelina Vega a sellout. But she kind of is, right? Because she left because she was trying to stand up for what she believed in. And then she left, right? Cried about it because she got fired.
Then she came back for what she truly believed in.
Crawling back to them for the money. Because you know that's what it's about. It has nothing to do with the fact she wants to be a wrestler. It's just that she can make more money. And she probably put in her contract some stuff about being able to do her other things on the side and working out some stuff with WWE about her Twitch and whatever else, her fans thing and whatever she does online. Robbie says Nia been made to look like a mug. Chris says, did he just say Nikki Jax? Who? Who, Chris? Who? The people out there that were, what are you calling it? Announcing? The announcer? Maybe. Princess Twilight's in the chat. Hey, Princess Twilight says Eva is doing the AJ Lee treatment.
Ali.
Sophie says, if you guys gave up watching wrestling on Mondays, what would you be watching instead?
I wouldn't watch anything, I doubt. I'd probably just be outside doing something in the summer. In the winter, I probably would watch something else.
Probably a movie.
Oh, Mansoor
versus Mustafa Ali, huh? I mean, Mustafa. Interesting.
That's a strange.
Like Jesus channels. That's what y'all should watch on Monday. Thomas says executives apologized to Zelina on her return. Oh, really? Did they? Do we know that for sure? Or is that just what she says?
Or did anybody say that?
Or did anybody say it? And I get it. You're like, oh, well, on the internet. Yeah, I don't believe everything they say on the internet.
They can't lie. They can't lie on the internet.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't know the rules?
Kind of stuff. Chris Akane says the new announcer. Oh, Smith. Jimmy Smith. Sophie says AJ Lee is better than Eva Marie in the ring.
Well, of course she is.
Yeah, nobody's saying that Eva Marie is a great, wrestler. Walter's like,
all we're saying is that she looks good.
Right.
And
Walter says good Raw tonight, except for her pants. Her pants are weird.
She needs to get out of this outfit.
The top is cool. Pants are weird. That's weird. Robbie says D would watch reruns of 90 Day Fiancé instead.
Yeah.
Would I? Because you watch it, Ravi? Is that why? Are we like bonding over 90 Day Fiancé reruns or something? Sweet.
Necklace.
Are you suggesting that's what I should watch because you watch it and you think it's fantastic? You're like this weird like follower. You're like this huge fan. You're like follow him on Twitter. You probably know all the people's names and shit. Not surprising. Ayla's like, praise Jesus and his penis. All right, Ayla. Jesus and penis. Sophie says, if I stopped watching wrestling on Mondays, I would probably watch random stuff. I mean, yeah, random stuff. Movies.
How to treat your lawn.
Hang out.
On YouTube.
Watch things on my play a game. I mean, there's probably other things I would do. Most of the time on nights when we don't really watch other things, we end up watching maybe a movie or something like that. Or just weird sitcoms, short things on TV.
Rick and Morty.
We kind of really don't get into a lot of series anymore. I do. Like, I'll watch series and stuff like that, but Travis really doesn't. Chris says, when Eva wins, we all win. There you go. That's what we heard. That's what the commentators told us. That's what we have to believe. Minikara says, all right, guys, what a relief. I made it just in time to see twin brothers from another mother have a sibling fight on public television. Wait.
Is that what's happening here? Mansoor and Ollie.
Oh, that's it. I'm like, what is he talking about? I'm completely lost. Walter's like, on Wednesday I'll be here for AEW. Still here until 9:30 p.m. Ooh, cutting it rather late there, Walter. Good to see you in here, buddy.
It is fantastic.
Janelle Jackson's in the chat. Hey, Janelle. My friend wants to talk to me tomorrow. She had a miscarriage a month ago. Aww, with her baby. And she says, I'm the only one she can talk to because she doesn't want to talk to her parents. What should I say?
Nothing you can really say.
Just let her talk.
Yeah, let her say what she needs to say and listen.
Be there and listen. That's all. There really isn't a lot you can say when those things happen. I mean, you can always say you're sorry for her loss, that she's going through this hard time, stuff like that. But in all reality,
there's nothing you can really say.
Nothing you can really say.
She's just going to have to feel and just be with it and just feel.
And just be a good friend and listen. That's it. That's all you really have to do is just be a decent person. Hashtag living my best life. Walter's like, hey, Illa. Hey, chat. Sorry, late. Ravi says, D, you said the other week Eva was a good wrestler. Are you lying? Is that what you thought you heard?
She's a good wrestler as in a total package, but not like a good wrestler as in with wrestling moves.
It was like my thumbnail seems religious. Yeah, totally, Bible thumper at all. It was like, hi, Walter. Sophie's like, I don't think I would do what you do by doing two things at once. Yeah.
Ollie looks like he's been working out.
He's got to get ready for that baby.
He's got a baby on the way.
Robbie says, don't take any recommendations from D. I don't recommend anything, Robbie, except for food. That's about it. Sophie says, I watch random TV shows on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus, and Peacock. Nice. Chris says, I think Mansoor versus Ali is going to be built up like a Batman versus Joker feud. They will be destined to fight forever.
It possibly could. That'd be interesting.
Oh, he doesn't want him to end up like him. Wow. He's like, now what the fuck does that mean? Right? Like, what does that really mean? In Ali's mind, he's basically like...
He's Sami Zayn.
Yeah, exactly as I was going to say.
He's just like Sami Zayn.
Oh, Vindicator says multitasking makes life so much easier, Sophie. Right? Walter's like 11 more days until fans can go to WWE. Sophie says, I think the Ali Mansoor feud will be like how Sheamus and Cesaro ended up being as a team. Maybe. It's kind of Vince's thing, right? They look alike. Put them together. It's kind of creepy.
Make them a tag team.
Oh, you guys look similar? You know what? I think they should be a tag team. But then after 5 minutes, I'm going to break you up because I don't like tag teams. He's very fickle. John Dwyer's in the chat. Hey, John says, hi, Travis. Still happy 4th of July. Did you enjoy yesterday?
It was fantastic. Yes, we had so much fun. We're lighting off fireworks, blowing up the sky, and then the wind started blowing, so we canceled it.
Yeah, we stopped.
We're like, we're done.
Yeah, we ended
Everybody
our
go
fun.
home.
Yeah, but we did have fun. We had some fam over, and we fed people and had a little bit of a barbecue, so it was nice.
Some neighbors. And
Robbie's like, D, who's winning this next match? I don't know. Robbie, why don't you tell me who's winning this next match since you know more about wrestling than I
feel like Mansoor's going to win this.
See, Travis is going Mansoor, so who are you going for? Sophie says, did you hear that they postponed the Lex Luger Icons documentary from yesterday to a future date?
I did not.
Nope, didn't hear anything about that. As Walter says, my weekend was good. July 4th saw fireworks, had dinner at home. Nice, man. Fireworks and dinner at home. That sounds fantastic. Sophie says, wow, a fresh match. Yes.
Yes, this is something we have not seen on the main roster. I don't know if they did it at, somewhere else any other time, but they have not shown this on the main roster, so this is exciting.
It is, yes. John Dwyer says, hi, Sophie, I'm John. Welcome. Speaking of Netflix, are you looking forward to season 4 of Stranger Things? And Sophie says, I don't watch Stranger Things.
When does that come out? I like to download it for my mom. I've never actually watched it, but...
Season 4? Stranger Things? We've watched some of them.
Yeah.
And they were
when
weird.
Tony was over here, we all just kind of gave up on it. We're all like,
no, that was the other one, I thought.
no, Tony was here. Yeah.
Was it Stranger Things, not the
we watched like
space one?
We watched the first two, and we were like, no, this is dumb.
What was the space one?
Lost in Space.
Yeah.
No, I tried to watch that one, but it's slow, and I mean, I'd probably like it once it got going.
Right.
It's just you have to invest so much time. That's why I don't like series.
Yeah,
just
and
make
they're
movies.
they're not like half an hour shows.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 45 or an hour shows. So It's almost like watching a movie.
Yeah, I just want to watch a movie, and then it's over when I'm done watching it.
Robbie says Mansoor. That's
Mansoor.
That's who he's going for, too.
Yes.
Ayla says Stranger Things is pretty good. Sophie says I'm looking forward to the final season
Ollie.
of Atypical on Netflix. Robbie says D, I was hoping for your expert opinion. I don't have one. This is my second year of ever watching wrestling. I have no expert opinion. You can't get expert opinions until you have watched wrestling for at least 20 years.
Mansoor, obviously playing too nice. Ollie did that on purpose. You could see how he put his foot.
Oh, he's like, I put my foot in here and twisted
See,
it up.
now he's going to roll him up. He's teaching him a trick. And 3. Ollie with the dub.
Mansoor didn't quite kick out fast enough. He almost got it. Damn it. John says, I have to catch up on Stranger Things by watching all 3 seasons on DVD before season 4 of Stranger Things airs on Netflix. Don't they have all of the seasons on Netflix that you can just watch?
I think there is.
I always forget about that. I guess I could watch that while I'm at work. I started watching like Criminal Minds and stuff like that. Walter says, looking forward to Money in the Bank. I pick Riddle to win. Ooh, bold choices.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense for Riddle to win it. Because they're pushing him so hard, and he's kind of the best thing on Monday night.
But he's got a broken foot, so is that going to work out? Ayla's like, Black Mirror. You should watch Black Mirror. Sophie says, I think I only saw the first season of Stranger Things. It was like, Travis and Timothy, you guys might actually like it. See?
Is that the one that's just chaotic and there's no order?
Yeah, you can watch one whenever and it doesn't matter. It's just a show. So it's kind of like watching a show of, what's that one you like that was on TV? Ayla likes it too.
Big Bang Theory?
No. Not a storyline or anything. It's just individual ones, but they were really good.
Whew.
You talk about it a lot. They made movies about it.
Twilight Zone?
Yeah, Twilight Zone. Because they didn't have a running thing. They just had a new one every week or whatever. So it says Netflix canceled 4 comedy series last week. Did they get the cancel culture going? Funny ones?
Was it because it was offensive?
Was it offensive to people? Like all the little people out there who get offended by everything? Walter's like, Ollie won. Okay, right? Chris says Mansoor undefeated streak over. Yeah, bastards. Oh God, is he talking about his sword again? Ugh, seriously, dude, get over your sword.
Oh, it's made of a tooth of the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh my God, seriously, is he trying to be funny?
It's made from the tooth of the Loch Ness Monster. It's science.
Is it? Sophie says, what is Ollie's storyline and character now? His character has been all over the place for a year now. Who knows? Vindicator's like, so this half-brother feud will end in tables, ladders, and strap matches at TLC. Can't wait to see this story drag out until then. Robbie says, another dead Drew match. WWE really don't have any faith in him. I don't have any faith in him. Oh, God. Chris is like Drew on Scottish lore laughing.
He claymored the tooth out of her mouth.
Yeah, this sounds like
that day before they became friends.
Oh, Jesus. Sophie says Netflix canceled them because of views that they have gotten.
What were they?
Weren't very popular. What comedy series were they? A manly beard.
He reminds me of Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, is that what? Vindicator's like, I'm faithless. Not surprising. But he's like, the sword is cool, though. Is it cool? Chris says Finn Balor's Irish lore. Yes. How exciting for us all. Let's get them both up there and start fighting back and forth about whose lore is better. Sophie says, if Drew doesn't win Money in the Bank, hopefully, they have an idea on who he is going to face at SummerSlam. Lieutenant Martha says that's the only time that the Beast has been mentioned on Raw.
The Beast. All right, well, here comes Drew coming out first. He likes to come out first, doesn't he?
I think he does.
When he doesn't come out first, it's when he ambushes the other guy.
If you're not first, you're last. So, I mean, maybe he took it to heart. Ravi says, yeah, D, it is. Is it? Chris says, Drew versus Finn stories. Sophie says, I forgot the other 3. That's all right. Vindicator says, speaking of Irish, is Luke still working the graveyard shift? Luke is working his butthole off. Pretty soon he's not going to have one.
Is it gay porn?
Basically. Ayla's like, yes, Vindicator. He is just working everything. Working. I'm not sure it's quite the graveyard, although they did switch his shifts, so I think he's working longer shifts too. Piccola says, hi guys, how was your 4th? Fan-damn-tastic.
I enjoyed it.
How was yours, Piccola? How was it down there in Florida? Any crazy shit happen? Any crazy crap happen with your Florida-ness?
I'm excited to hear Jinder Mahal's entrance music.
Because it's the same?
It was last time they came out.
Where's your charger? I played on my phone earlier and it was down far, so like at 15% now. Let's see. Sophie says, I would be surprised if Brock doesn't show up at all.
Wow, Great American Bash
return.
Tomorrow night, guys, on NXT. That's fantastic.
NXT showing some love for stuff, huh?
Great American Bash.
Oh, they're talking about the Olympics on WWE now. They added, no shit, they added skateboarding to the Olympics this year. And there's 2 12-year-olds that qualified to go. One is from Japan, and the other one is from the UK, I want to say, or Australia. One of those.
Nice.
Thought that was kind of interesting.
Old skateboarding.
Let's see. Bobby says, F this man, not Jinder. Yes, Jinder Mahal.
Old Jinder.
Your favorite. Piccola says, normal, surprisingly. Yeah, for Florida, that's creepy. Sophie says, wow, another fresh match. This time they actually have some sort of history with each other. Yeah, they used to be together in 3-man band. With
Three-man
Slater,
band.
who has kids. But
I
they're
just
not
hope
friends
Jinder
anymore
wins this.
because freaking Drew hates him. And Jinder's all butthurt about it. It's sad. There's a lot of
Jinder
soap
wins
opera
with some
in this
interference
happening.
with those other 2 giants.
Right? Ravi says he doesn't have the 2 ham rules with him anymore. He has different ham rules.
No. Those 2 guys are gone.
The Singe brothers are deleted.
The old Singh bros.
Yeah, and these guys are new, but he does have ham rules with him. Piccolo says, I'm excited for tomorrow night's card for NXT's American Bash. I'm sure it sounds like it's fantastic.
L.A. Knight and the $1 Million Championship.
Yeah, Sophie says, well, the Olympics are starting soon, and it was supposed to happen last year, but didn't because of stuff, because of unicorn sprinkles.
Because of the reaction to the virus.
Because of everybody's overreaction. That's totally true. It's happening. But don't go because you can't scream or yell or anything, and you can only have so much capacity of people.
They don't allow cheering.
They're not allowing cheering at the Olympics this year in Japan.
The Japanese hate cheering.
They do not want to. They do not.
Is it because of participation trophies?
No, because they look at it that it will spread any kind of COVID faster because yelling or screaming, you spit on everybody consistently, it's supposedly.
So they're not doing masks?
They are doing masks, so they probably require you to do that too. So they have Disney movie Jungle Cruise that The Rock is in. That's crazy, right?
Looks good.
And he's doing that other show, Black Adam or whatever.
Right.
Adam Ant or
Yeah, Black Adam.
Black Adam that he's doing. So he's like got a whole bunch of movies that he's doing. That's insane.
Yeah, he getting paid.
That's pretty cray-cray. Vindicator message retracted. Florida Lee says Engender is from Canada like me.
He is a Canadian.
Ew, eh?
Eh?
Eh? Does he say...
I got both of my earpieces in, so I can't hear.
Does he say sorry all the time?
It's all right.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Robbie says that's going to be dead then. Sophie says everybody that got released a couple weeks ago haven't said one bad word about their release. I just don't think they would be able to, really. Because
Revere and
Japanese
shaky.
are some conservative people. I wouldn't look at that as conservative people, but maybe my definition of that is different.
What is it?
The Japanese are some conservative people. And I'm like, I don't really consider that being conservative. But, maybe I feel like I have a different outlook of what conservative is.
I feel like they should have been stripped of the Olympics.
I think they should have, too. They couldn't hold it when it was supposed to happen. It should have went to somebody else.
Florida would have done it. Texas would have done it.
Yep. And said, fuck off. Robbie says, no cheering will kill the vibe. Of course it will. Yeah. I wonder what they'll do to people who cheer. They're gonna
just kick them out.
They're gonna cut their vocal cords and rip off their thumbs. Just saying, the Japanese can be very, very violent people sometimes.
There's books.
I'm not making that up. That's just part of their history.
Yeah, what the Japanese did to the Chinese, you guys should read that. That was
terrifying.
Brutal before World War II.
Very terrifying.
They would target practice on them.
Yeah.
They'd go into their villages and rape the women, and then they would target practice on them. And they'd get the young people that had never killed anybody, and they'd get them drunk, and they'd party with them, and then have them shoot people, so they associated death with happiness. And that's how they were training their neural pathways to get them ready for war.
Yeah.
But I don't think Japan would have such success against China nowadays.
I don't
But
think
back
so.
then, they
Yeah.
absolutely terrified the Chinese. All right, Jinder Mahal throws old Drew Mack into the ropes.
Sophie says, I'm surprised WWE haven't done a second Tokyo Dome show that they did 5 or 6 years ago. They got high praise for it. They won't because they have invested in some stuff and are trying to do a NXT Japan.
Yeah.
So they're trying to be there as an actual company.
Yes.
So they're not going to just do shows here and there. They're trying to make a company over
Well,
there.
they can. I mean, obviously, they can do shows over there to draw fans to their cause.
But they're probably not going to do that until they have a
close
good
line.
basis of starting that company and stuff.
Right.
Piccolo says, is this Jinder's first singles match in forever?
No, he wrestled a couple weeks ago. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, he did wrestle somebody. It was somebody we didn't know.
Are you sure? I think it was Jeff Hardy.
Maybe it was.
Yeah,
Maybe it was Hardy.
I was thinking it was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that could be it. Vindicator says, I love the message that McBossman sends that the Singh brothers were easily replaceable by roided up versions.
These guys are 7 feet, both of them, I'm pretty sure, pretty close to 7 foot tall. Look at the size of that dude.
He's very tall. He's very small.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Chris says, Travis, this your fave song? He loves Jinder's song.
I love this song.
By the way. Robbie says, Raw Japan that bad? No. Sophie's like, they could have done the Olympics in the USA sometime last year instead of waiting for a year to do it in some other country.
Right.
The same country that voted to do it. I mean, and now they're putting rules and regulations on what can happen. And I get it's in their country, but at the same time,
Look at that.
Maybe you shouldn't be allowed to ever have it again. The Olympic Committee should be yeah, we're going to...
Look at the size
Japan,
of these guys.
They made the list of never returning.
Oh, Jinder chops him in the throat. Uh-oh, disqualification?
Oh.
Rhea Ripley got disqualified for using the table. But Jinder does not. Huh.
Maybe it's because he didn't use the actual table piece to hit him.
Right.
He threw him on the table. So it'd be like if he used the ring or the stairs or something, while they were outside of the ring, and he threw him on something like that or something and then got back in. Piccolo's like, yo, Chris, what's up? Walter says, go Drew win. Piccolo says, y'all getting a few AEW dates this month, Chris. And Chris says, Piccolo, how is your cousin doing? Grant T is in the chat. Hey, Grant T, how's it going? Says, how do you guys feel about the Montreal screw job? That it was a screw job.
I did not like it. I remember when it happened. I was a WCW fan at the time, so I did not watch everything, but I tried to watch all the WWE pay-per-views. Or WWF pay-per-views at the time. And so I did notice that, and I just thought it was part of the game. I didn't think anything of it at the time until Brett showed up on the Nitro. And then it was like, what? What's he doing here? Pretty sure it was even the next night or something.
Let's see. Vindicator says 95% Olympic events will be forgotten 24 hours after they happen. It's become too bloated. Yeah, and then they cut a whole bunch of things out, and now they're adding weird stuff back in.
They do that all the time, though. That's normal.
You just watch it for the regular things they do, and that's it, right? And Walter's out for tonight. It says, bye, guys. See you Wednesday at 8 p.m. for AEW. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you on Wednesday. Ravi says, Drew slipping discs like DJ Man's getting cooked. Ooh, ouch. Sophie says, are we also getting the Winter Olympics this year, or did that get changed because the Summer Olympics got moved to this year?
It wouldn't be this year. They'd be next year. They go every 2 years as an Olympic Games. So.
Yeah. Last year would have been Summer Olympics, so it would be...
next year.
The 22.
Yep.
2022. They're usually always on even years.
Yes.
So... Sophie says with the Olympics in Japan, it will be on at 2 in the morning.
It will.
If you want to watch any live stuff, yes.
And I will try to watch the 100-meter dash in live. 100-yard dash. Whatever they call it now.
Grant T says, oh, and you're looking at one half of the Joe DeBest Tag Champs. Nice.
Nice. You guys won the Tag Team Championships.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Shark Week starts this Sunday.
Ooh.
Did you see that? Thor's out there.
Nice. With some old lady that is, whatchamacallit. Having Chris Hemsworth do it, huh? That's interesting and fun.
Yeah, that's Thor.
I know who he is. I just said, oh, they're having Chris Hemsworth do it this year. That's cool. That's fun.
I wonder if there's a curse of Shark Week. Because they had that one guy from the Fast and the Furious do it, and then he got wrecked into a telephone pole and died.
Okay, but the guy who did it the next time, Diggles or whatever his name is, he's fine. And then they had somebody else do it too that we knew.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq was on there last year.
And he's fine. He owns half of Papa John's.
Heck yeah. All right, Jinder Mahal taking it right to Drew. Look at this. There's a lot of torque on that neck.
He's like, I know all of your weaknesses because we were in a group together. Piccolo says about his cousin, she good, I guess. A girl on the far left during the Hurt Business segment resembles her. Robbie says, nah, Olympics gonna be dead. Not gonna lie. They effed it. Sophie says, I tried watching the Olympics, but I fall asleep during the opening and closing ceremonies.
I really do like the Winter Olympics a little bit better. But there are certain things in the Summer Olympics that I absolutely love. Yeah. And I do want to watch the opening ceremonies, but I think it's on a Friday night, so I think we're going to be doing this. So I might have to do Pip. Oh, wait, but
we
SmackDown.
Can't. Yeah.
And it's hard to do on SmackDown.
Yeah, we won't be able to. We'll have to watch it on there. SmackDown on there and the Olympics on there.
I can't because I can't get that full screen.
Oh, that's right.
So I have to watch that up there and then the Olympics on here. Because I should be able to do that. I might be able to through Dish Anywhere.
Maybe, yeah. I kind of wonder when...
Oh, no, that won't work because it's not on. So it would have to be the Olympics on here and Dish Anywhere.
Yeah. I just wonder what time they're actually going to do them, but...
Prime time, 6 probably. 7.
And is it all on NBC again?
I would
ABC
assume
or
so.
whichever one.
Whoever owns it. Yeah, I think it's NBC. Yeah, it's NBC because they're just showing it on USA.
Right. Well, they can have the Olympics anywhere. They can commercial them on any channel. Watch the Olympics for love, you know. Sophie says at least baseball is going to have an all-star game this year, unlike last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't even playing last year at this time. It was a big headbutt. Drew with that heart. He's back on his feet. Big clothesline. Jinder in a little bit of trouble. Look at the size of these two monsters. Nobody knew 10 years ago that this would be
A big
two
thing.
former champions fighting. At the
And
time,
they
they
were
were
in
just
a group together.
Yeah, they were just jokes. 3-man band, because it was 1-man band. That's what Heath Slater was 1-man band.
Yeah.
But then they put him with 2 other guys.
It had to be 3-man band.
3-man band.
Sophie says, what time does the Olympics start in the USA? I don't know.
Well, obviously, it's going to be on the 23rd. I mean, that's opening ceremonies and stuff. So, July 24th is probably when the actual games start. Right. And then they go for 2 weeks or 15 days. So that will take us into August.
Right. Robbie says, is USA a decent channel? It is. They sometimes have some fun stuff
It's
on
a
there.
lot of cop dramas.
Some of them, yeah.
That's what I call them. I don't know what else you'd
A
call
lot
it.
of series that they play on other networks and stuff, and then they have like movies and stuff like that, and they play some sitcom stuff.
Here
Not
it comes.
Like original things though. I don't know if they have.
Look,
any
he's got the
original.
3-man band up.
Oh. Oh, he forgot about the other guy.
All right. Disqualified. Drew Mack wins.
Dang it.
Little 5-minute match to warm it up.
Right?
And this could set it up for longer down the road. So SummerSlam maybe even.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hoping, is they can push this off long enough.
He's like, get him back up. I want to kick him again. So he says last baseball season, all the true baseball fans out there didn't watch it because the season is shorter than normal.
I did not watch one game last year.
Charles
I haven't
did
watched
not
one
watch
game
one
this
game.
year, to be honest.
Did they keep that weird rule?
With the extra runner and extra innings, I'm not sure.
Or the other one where it was on one but not the other one, and then for this year they designated hitter.
The DH. Yeah, that's not there, but their collecting bargaining agreement's going to be after this season, so we'll see if they decide to keep it. Because I'll be done if they put a DH in the freaking National League.
Right? Might as well not even bother
I'll be
watching
done. That'll be the end of me in baseball.
it. Is he running away?
He did.
Why is he running away?
Just excited, I guess.
Robbie says the new Hurt business? Nah. Sophie says everybody loves Raymond is on Peacock. Yes.
That shit's funny.
It's a very funny show. Robbie says, is that show still running? No, it's not. It's over, but, they just have, reruns. Play the series over and over again.
Old Raymond.
It's just weird.
Drew McIntyre's still trying to get up off the ground.
Oh,
he's got his sword.
Oh, jeez. I take away your family heirloom.
Nessie's tooth. He's still in it. He just took his sword.
Oh my
Sword
gosh.
is almost as tall as he
Family
is.
heirloom. He's like, I'm taking your family heirloom. Ha 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 ha.
Well, his great-grandma claymored a tooth out of a Nessie to make that sword.
Oh, his great grandmother did?
I don't know if it was a woman
Oh,
or a
I thought he
man.
was calling Nessie a girl.
I'm sure it was. I'm making jokes.
Oh.
But... Kevin Patrick. There's the New Day. Looks like Woods is back. He's still alive. Like they have to adjust their games. They're a tag team.
They have to adjust it. So
what?
The opening ceremonies will air at 6:55 a.m. Eastern Time for the opening ceremonies. It'll broadcast live on July 23rd at 6:55 a.m. on NBC.
Right. Yeah, so 4:30 in the morning for us. Mm-hmm. But it'll be on, like, a prime time also.
Yeah. So 7 a.m. Eastern, New York, 4 a.m. Pacific. Nice. 3 o'clock in the morning. Who doesn't want that?
And that's what day? The 23rd?
23rd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 23rd
and that is
July.
Friday, I think. Yeah, it is, because the 24th is the pay-per-view. The Tyson Fury and...
It's a Friday. The
Wilder.
23rd is a Friday, so Friday morning.
Nice. You'll be here.
We'll have to go to bed and then get up.
I'll shake you and wake you up.
And watch it. The opening ceremony.
There, and then I can watch it. Don't have to worry about SmackDown being in the way.
Right?
I just have to worry about my bed being in the way.
Let's see. Sophie says last bit. Admiral Pepper's in the chat saying, what? What do you mean, what? Piccolo says, whenever the Olympics is, I bet you could stream specific sports or get results through the web. True. Robbie says, the new Hurt Business. Sophie says, everybody loves Raymond is on Peacock. Oh, Sophie says, I try watching baseball if it's on television. If it isn't on television, I check the scores on my phone.
Right.
Sophie also says, people complain that Jinder Mahal title reign ruins SmackDown.
What? I thought it was fantastic.
Vindicator says Mahal.
I was so disappointed when he lost to AJ Styles. I was just like, ugh.
Vindicator says Mahal is running a criminal empire. I hope he steals Lily next week. And we have The Fiend, ... in the chat. Which Fiend is this?
The Fiend. Is this Tyler?
We have lots of Fiends nowadays. Is this the Tyler Fiend or is this Matthew Fiend? Robbie says, are the women's tag titles ever going to be defended again?
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Who knows? They have to build their whatever contention with Mandy and what's her face? Dana.
Bart Simpson.
Right.
Mason T-Bar.
Old Mason T-Bar.
Like to see them win the women's tag team championship.
Have them win the women's tag team champions. Why not, right? Looks like a Mace or T-Bar, whichever one. Cut his hair off a little bit so his hair isn't as long as it was.
Right.
It's probably a good deal. Good idea. Sophie says, who will be watching the entire Summer Olympics when it is on very early in the morning?
Like I said, there's certain events that I will definitely love to watch. I like the swimming. Diving's fun. I don't mind diving. If it's on, I'll watch it. But the swimming is fantastic. Michael Phelps made it something that I loved to watch. And obviously track and field. I'm trying to think if there's something else that I just can't. Oh, gymnastics. The women's gymnastics.
Yeah.
It's the only time I'll ever watch it. It's just like the figure skating. I don't watch figure skating, but I love Olympic figure skating. Mm-hmm. Like those Russians. There's like 2 of them, and they're the top in the world. And then the Chinese have a bunch of great figure skaters, too.
Yeah. Looks like they were doing a show in Denver and Phoenix.
Wow. But not Salt Lake City.
Nope.
Which is just weird.
Yes. Robbie's like, you dive then, Trav?
No.
Just because he likes to watch it.
I mean,
dives.
I used to jump off the 3rd platform. Like.
You're funny. Desmond says, sorry, I was gone. I went to take a shower and eat some dinner. Sweet. That's what you have to do on a Monday night or morning. Or Tuesday morning.
Get her done.
Whatever it is for you.
Tonight's Raw's flying.
It's not too bad.
That should have been the main event that we just watched. And it should have ended fair and Jinder should have won. But whatever.
Indicator says, you have to watch Badminton, Travis. It's more captivating than a Darby Allin or MJF specialty match, lol.
Right. Badminton. That shit is so much fun to watch. They just whack that little ball and it barely moves. And it's like, oh my lord. Have you ever seen it?
The whatever it's called. What is that thing called? It's a
The
weird
quiff
name.
or something. I don't know.
Birdie or...
Yeah, birdie.
Something. Yeah. Sophie says, by the time the first day of the Olympics is over, people will be getting home from work or camp.
I'm excited. The first night of the Olympics, I'll be watching a boxing pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, basically, I'll have to start seeing what's going to be on and watching it in the morning when it's live.
Mm-hmm. Ravi says, Travis, do you guys ever play sports?
A little bit, here and there. Dust off the old glove and ball.
Sports are bullet. I'm just kidding. I know, I don't play sports. Desmond says it's Monday night, 8:45 p.m., settling in, watching Raw for another hour and 15 minutes and going to sleep after. It's usually about what my day is like. Sophie says, have you guys heard of Bill Burr?
Bill Burr. Yeah, I think he's the like redheaded comedian. Kind of like a ginger-looking dude, right?
I don't know. I don't know him. It doesn't sound familiar.
If that's not him, then I have no idea.
Grant T says, hi. Hi, Grant. How's it going?
Grant?
Yeah. Grant T, he's the other half of the tag team champions on Joe DeBest. How's it
Champions
going
of
there?
the world. Old champions.
Championship.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Get your championship on.
Ooh, it's July. I can try it now.
What is it?
The King. The chicken sandwich from Burger King.
Chicken sandwich time. Look at the size mismatch in this one, guys.
Desmond says, what was the last match? I forgot. It was Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, and Drew won by disqualification because Jinder Mahal's dudes came in and attacked him. Lucha House Party up against T-Bar and Mace. These poor guys.
Grand Metalik. The size difference. Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
Dorado and Grand Metalik. They're like, we're tiny, but we are large. Sophie says, whenever wrestling is on, it takes me a while to want to go to bed.
Yeah, get your blood going. You can wrestle your pillow. That's what I used to do. Elbow drops off my bed, under my pillows and shit.
Desmond says T-Bar and Mace should eat
Look at the
them
size.
for their dinner.
Dorado thrown into the corner by big old T-Bar. Look at the size of this man. These guys are bigger than even Drew McIntyre, both of them, by the way. These are some big human beings.
True.
That's what champions look like.
But do they act like it?
Do they act like a champion just because they look like a champion? Big axe handle right to the back.
Sophie says, watch How Women Argue by Bill Burr.
I'll have to watch it. He's funny.
Chris says Dorado wearing Kane design mask. Because it's red? Ouch. I think he adjusted his back.
Look at that!
Ah, jeez.
Just spills him out to the floor.
Just chucked him.
Like a
He's
sack
I
of
gotta keep my
potatoes.
pants on.
Oh!
And then he kicked
Like
Grandma
a tornado boot.
He's like, I have my pants all the way up to my belly button. Oh, jeez.
This is how you do it.
Is it?
This is how we do it.
It's terrible.
Party's here on the west side, so I reach for my 40 and I pick it up. Designated driver, take the key to my truck. Hit the show 'cause I'm faded. Look at that. Mace taking it right to him. Oh! I don't think they're missing anything in technical ability. Look at that boot. Dorado might have just lost his neck.
Oh, poor guy. Bobby says you guys should check out Jimmy Carr, British comedian. He's funny.
Dorado kicked out.
Jimmy Carr. Okay.
Jimmy Carr, and I don't care.
No,
Jimmy
a car.
Carr, and I don't care.
Yeah. Sophie says, why can't Mason T-Bar go back to the names they had when they were on NXT? Because they can't be those people.
This is the main roster. This isn't NXT. This is the big leagues.
Robbie says, loser, 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 house party. Aww. Chris says, T-Bar should have kept his mask, though. He always could have been the leader of Retribution.
Yeah.
Thomas says, wish they'd let T-Bar be Djokovic again.
Yeah. I don't think they like that name on the main roster. Vince has a tendency just to change everybody.
Vindicator says, Mason, Damian Priest would make a better tag team.
Why is that?
Is it because they look similar?
Are you a Vince McMahon?
Are you playing McBoss Man? Well, they look kind of alike. We should put them together in a tag team and then have them win stuff, but then break them apart immediately when people start to like them.
Look at this. Double choke slam. Poor Dorado. Oh! From behind, grab Metal League.
Saved his ass. He's like, woo! Here you go.
Spills out Mace to the floor.
These two guys are used to beating up big guys, though, right? I mean,
everybody they face is bigger than them.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they're wrestling Mysterios.
So they have to be good at some of it.
He just springboarded up over the top, right into him.
Wow.
Hurricane Rana. 1, 2, and 3. They won it.
What? Lucha House
Party.
What? What?
That just happened.
What? Whoa! Whoa!
Mason T-Bar just lost at a Lucha House Party.
Whoa.
Everybody at home said they didn't stand a chance. And they overcame the odds. This is a true Cinderella story.
That's true. Cinderella story. Robbie says, sounds like the hillbilly version of the Montel Classic. Sophie says, with him going back on the road, watch for them to take the brand split seriously again. Desmond says, match over. Robbie says, not so losers now. And Desmond's like, massive win. Chris says, yeah, just like Asuka and Io and Kairi Sane put them in a team. But seriously, some like that work.
Right.
I mean, some of them do, for sure. But, you know, it is kind of weird.
That's probably what's going to end up happening, by the way. Kairi Sane's going to come up to the main roster and team with freaking Asuka.
Again.
You're going to be like, wait, what?
Have her, like, you know, Io Shirai is going to come up. Not Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane's gone. She's in Japan. Kairi Sane was her tag partner.
Oh.
Io.
Io Shirai's the one I'm thinking of.
Yes. I knew you were, because he said all three of their names, so.
I broke my arm before. I like his shirt.
But that's flowers?
Very pink.
I'm not afraid of AJ Styles.
He's acting like Randy's dead.
Right?
He's a...
Randy, wherever you are. Jeez Louise.
Randy's with me here. RK bro. Damien's like... 3 most dangerous letters. RK bro. Pretty sure that's 5. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
Desmond says that's tough. Robbie says, do you a fan of Loser House Party after that big win? I didn't say I was a fan or not a fan. I just thought it was crazy that they won. There's nothing wrong with Dorado. He's a pretty cool guy.
I like Dorado.
Thomas says, you job to the LHP, you're getting buried. You job to the Lucha House Party, you're getting buried, huh? Oh, mean. No, the Lucha House Party does win sometimes, guys. You know, legitimately. Sophie says, do you think whenever Triple H fully takes over, we will see a change in creative for all three brands?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll like it, but I do see things that could change if that ever happens. There's a good chance that Vince just sells the company and everybody's out. So
yeah. I mean, they could take it and say, everybody who's associated with a McMahon, you're gone forever and good and never again. And then we never see wrestling again because they make it all stupid.
I just worry about Triple H because of how he runs NXT. And NXT's ran good as a show, right? Like, it runs smooth. Mm-hmm. The action's perfect. It's all about the entrance.
Right.
Like, that's like 30%, maybe 40% of the whole thing is your entrance.
True.
WWE doesn't care about entrances as much as NXT.
Right.
Promos are decent, but not great down there. And the athletes, the size, they use a whole bunch of little guys. And I think they went kind of over with the little guys because that's kind of all they have. Karrion Kross looks like a giant down there. And in reality, he's not that big. Like, if he was on the main roster, which we probably will see him on the main roster, right? Like, that's almost a guarantee. You're going to notice that his size, he isn't going to look as dominant, especially against the likes of, like, Drew McIntyre's, Jinder Mahal's, and such.
Right.
And so they're going to have to book... Roman Reigns is going to be way bigger than him. Seth Rollins is going to be bigger than him. You know, like... They're mid-card. Not that Roman's mid-card, by the way.
Right.
Roman's their top guy, obviously, but...
Right now.
But, you know, your Brock Lesnar's, your Bobby Lashley's, all those guys are just way bigger than... Karrion isn't big enough or fast enough or strong enough to compete with all those guys. But he'll do fun. Like, he'll be fine. Like, he's going to be a mid guy. He's going to be in there. We're going to see him week after week. That's what worries me about if Triple H ran it. Because you're going to get guys like Johnny Gargano beating Drew McIntyre or something. And it's just like...
That's just gay.
It just doesn't... It doesn't look right.
The little guys beating the big guys. I mean, right, like Lucha House Party, it kind of, you know, they could do a lot of flippy flips and do all that stuff.
That right there was fine.
A fluke, a fluke win that happens and stuff like that.
Right.
But they can hang with the big guys because of it.
But they have to win by a roll-up.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see them do a big ol' finisher, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's what worries me, is Triple H might do something like that if he ran it, is all. That would be my biggest worry, is that you would get, you know, Adam Cole's, or not Adam Cole. Is it Adam Cole?
Yeah, he's
tiny. Adam Cole being your WWE champion or something.
Right.
And it's like, oh. I mean, it would work if you played it right, but it would have to be for a time, you know, like a 6-month time. Right. And that's it. Like that one run. And it would work. Like, you could pull it off.
Right. Yeah. It'd just be, you'd have to be very careful with how you did it. But yeah.
I'm just saying you're not going to build your company around him.
No, definitely
but
not.
But NXT has been built around him.
Yes.
And that's what I'm getting at. And that's why NXT's ratings have went down.
Yeah.
Is because they don't have the size. They don't have the big guys. And the big guys that they signed, Vince is there watching them. He's taking them. Like, he's already looking for big guys. Like, he doesn't even care about the small guys. So he's already in the Performance Center watching those kids because he's going to want them right up on the main roster.
True.
Because he's looking for bigger guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now granted, I don't think people should be cut out just by their size. Because those little guys, like Shorty G and all those, like Chad Gable.
And like AJ Styles. He's not a huge guy, but he does really good. I mean, some of them can really do
AJ
what
Styles
they need to
made
do.
his name outside the company, and ever since he signed that longer-term deal, now he's just a mid-carder.
Yeah, but, you know, he's comfortable and he's ready to retire. Right. Chris says Matt Riddle Toesbro, right? Desmond says Damian looking good on the main roster outside, but in the ring I have no clue where they're going with him. Not now, right? They were kind of doing something, and then he was like some weirdo with what's-his-face, and ever since that bunny thing, he's kind of just like been nothing. Sophie says, I'm surprised that we don't have any news on the real reason Orton. He was in that one match.
Yes.
He can't be hurt now.
He's back. He's just back.
Right.
He was gone for a few weeks.
Sophie says, I'm surprised that we don't have any news on the real reason Orton hasn't been on WWE TV the last 2 weeks. Maybe he's just taking some time away. Vindicator says Riddle failed mathematics, but I admit I always hated algebra. Ravi says WWE needs new owners. Ravi also says Vince just making money over giving a quality show. Kier Stammer is in the chat. Hey, Kier.
Hey,
says,
boss.
We, the Labour Party, won in Batley and spin by 8,000 votes, but don't check out the results. Oh, because it's all a lie there in the UK. Got it, buddy.
Lies.
Sophie says, if Vince does sell the WWE to someone else, how will that affect NXT?
It shouldn't.
It really shouldn't, because it's kind of its own entity, in a way. Thomas says if Vince sells WWE, Triple H needs to stay on to run NXT. Kara says yes, but Roman sucks. Chris says yeah, but I think they are going to make Johnny Jerkoff beat Cross before they call Cross up. Johnny Gargano. Oh, right. They got to have...
You think Johnny Wrestling's going to win the title?
Off of Karrion Kross. There's nobody
Oof.
else they can have do that. It's weird.
I mean, they got LA Knight somewhere else, but I think LA Knight should be the guy maybe.
Yeah.
Or
I haven't watched NXT, so I kind of have no idea what's going on anymore.
Right.
Vindicator's like, Rollins is physically not a big guy. He just cheats so much it makes him seem like a big shot. He's not a big guy. He's not any bigger than AJ Styles, really, or even Riddle. Riddle's really... I mean, Riddle's, he's
a little bit
decent-sized guy,
right.
but he's not, like, huge, you know?
Yep.
You put him in there with Drew McIntyre and he looks tiny, you know?
Right, but he's big enough to where it doesn't look weird.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you put him in there,
He's
know.
6'1", 6'2", somewhere around there, and
Right.
that's fine. To be around that size, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can kind of go both ways.
Yes.
But when you're 5'8", you can't go both ways.
Robbie says most of the women in WWE would get cooked against AEW women.
You
Yeah,
think?
some of them. Not all of them, but
I
some.
feel like there's only a handful of girls on AEW that are dominant.
Anybody heard anything more about Mercedes Martinez and how she's doing?
No. It's only been 6 days. She got a concussion. She's going to have protocol. She'll probably be out for a while.
Right. Oh, I was just wondering if
And
they knew
she's
anything
so
about...
old that that's not good.
Right.
Like, if she misses, like, 6 months or something, that could just destroy her.
True.
Because I think she's 40.
Yeah. Chris says, I remember when Finn Balor beat Roman clean on Raw. Kerr says, in the UK, we want to ban Roman Reigns. Oh, that's sad. Sophie's like,
Ban him.
Triple H sometimes does creative for Raw and SmackDown whenever Vince isn't there backstage.
Right.
I'm sure, and then he probably has to... and then Vince probably comes in and fixes everything that
Yeah,
Triple H did.
the week later, you'll always notice when Triple H runs it because the matches are long, and they show how good the athletes are.
Yep.
That's a Vince thing, and I like that. That's what AEW does also. NXT does it very well.
Yep.
That's the part that I would like about it.
Yes.
I just worry about Triple H as in just pushing the little
guys
guys.
that he pushes for, which is funny because he's a big guy, kind of. I mean, and
He's like 6'5".
He's like, let me put these little tiny babies in here.
Right.
I like to see 12-year-olds out there wrestling, but they're really men, but they look like they're 12. That's always a plus on everybody's agenda. Vindicator
Oh,
says,
he couldn't
ban him
even
until
be
your heart
thrown.
is content, Kier. Kier says Riddle should retire, but why he just started?
Riddle?
Right? Ravi says, is Lars Sullivan still a wrestler? Who knows?
Who knows what he's doing?
You know, he's bullied and he has problems.
He's got severe mental issues that he needs to get addressed.
Yes.
But once he gets those addressed, he's going to be a top star.
Yeah. He's got a lot of, like, performance anxiety and stuff like that, too. So, yeah.
I mean,
Chris says, honestly, Riddle kind of looks cooler with his foot taped. He looks like he should be in the...
Looks like he has boots on.
He looks like he should be in the whatchamacallit.
The Kumite.
Yeah, that's it. Looks like he should be in the Kumite. They're always cool looking.
Fighting Van Damme.
Kier says, no, it will be Pete Dunne. Robbie says Seth is a better wrestler than most in WWE. It's not about being a better wrestler. I mean, there's a lot of little guys who are terrible wrestlers. I think they suck at it. But they're like, no, push him. He's so great. And it's like, boy, he's really stupid and dumb.
Look at this, the crane.
Karate Kid. That's funny. Sophie says, what happened to that NXT Evolve show that has been talked about the past few months?
I'm sure it's coming here pretty soon. I don't know exact dates or anything, but it should be pretty interesting. Oh, there he got him with it! The crane!
Oh, he got him. He's like, He's like, I'm going to bring out my MMA fighting skills here. Kier says Pete Dunne will be the next NXT champion. Ooh.
The bruiserweight.
Thomas is like either Pete or Kyle. Sophie's like, good night, guys. All right. Good night, Sophie. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh, gut wrench suplex.
I think it's Pete. He has impressed me lately.
Yeah, but do you see Karrion losing it or just leaving it?
Right. Like, they just win it by because he left it there for him.
Well, they'd have a tournament or something.
Right. Vindicator says Travis has a problem with little guys like I do with little women, like Bliss and Vega, but the little guys can at least wrestle. But not all of them can.
Well, I mean, they...
Put them against a big, fat, huge guy and see how good they do with their little flippy flips, and they're like, I can pick this guy up, and they can't do their finishers on those guys. They have to do those weird, stupid fruit roll-ups and shit all the time. So
my big thing with wrestling is I feel like there's three things with wrestling. You have your promos. So if you are 100% at promos, that means you're a 33% complete wrestler, right? Then your in-ring ability is 33%, and then your, what would you call it? Just your presence,
your charisma,
just the whole thing, like just what you bring,
your personality.
Oh, Moss swipes that ankle. He swept the leg.
He did both of them. He didn't just sweep one. He did both. They're throwing all the Karate Kid shit at us tonight.
He swept the leg. So, like, Finn Balor is pretty close to a full package. Like, you can't get better than him, except for, he doesn't have the size. And so, that's the other one, right? Like, size and charisma, you can put those together. Or you could make it 4 categories and do 25% each.
Right.
Because you can't teach height.
And it has to depend on how well they can adapt to whatever changes they make to their character. Right? So if they can't adapt to the character that they're portraying them to be, they're going to fall flat on their faces. Like, Drew's a prime example. Like, they've stuffed him into certain things, and whether it's his idea or their idea, I don't care. He sucks at it. Whatever they're trying to do with his character, it sucks.
Right. But it's fun. It can be fun. With the folklore stuff. He tells a different story every week. Right. Just keep him away from the championship, and it's fine.
Right.
If you're gonna do goofy stuff, it's fine. Yeah, in the same breath, I can say, but Riddle has to do funky stuff and funny stuff to become champion. So it just depends on your actual character development.
Right. Chris says
very hypocritical, everything you say on there.
Yeah. Chris says Matt Riddle doing X-Pac Crane. Kier says Karrion Kross will lose because of Joe. Long hair in wrestling should be banned. I think that if they have long hair in wrestling, that like the ladies do, the men should grab him by the hair and just fly him around everywhere. Because, it's funny, both Riddle and AJ have long hair. But the whole time that they're trying to do a move, they have to like swing their hair out of their faces so that they can do their move.
Long hair's been in wrestling since before I was born.
Robbie says, Travis, you're describing Bliss with all your stuff. Well, yeah, she actually ticks all the boxes, though.
Yeah, she hits everyone, and I don't go by...
As a woman wrestler, though, she's fine for her size.
Right, because women, the size doesn't matter. Unless you're Nia Jax.
Right, and then she hurts everybody with her size because she doesn't know how big she is.
Because she's not coordinated. But I do like her. I feel like she should be a champion.
She should, but I think it's because she messes up so much. If she could get her shit together and not mess up and do... I think she lets her anger get a hold of her and she makes stupid moves.
I feel like she needs to do a match where she retires if she loses. And lose. Mm-hmm. Then disappear for about a month or 3. And then join SmackDown with her cousin and become women's champion over there. Mm-hmm. And then they're the head of the table, like a big family thing.
Right.
I think it would work. And that way Roman could carry her. Mm-hmm. I mean, Roman's carrying all of SmackDown anyways. He might as well carry her too.
Let's see. Vindicator said Lucha House Party just defeated 2 big guys 15 minutes ago. Bliss and Cross. 2 little women lost against 2 big heavy women.
Yes.
Yes. And the thing of it is with Lucha House Party, though...
It was a fluke roll-up.
They do that stuff all the time. Like, they always are up against bigger guys. And they use it to their advantage. That's different.
But it's not. They're not world champions. They're never going to be.
Nope.
And that's fine.
And they
I don't care
time.
if Johnny Gargano wins matches. I don't even care if he wins mid-card titles. I just don't want to see him win the heavyweight championship of the world. The title in itself says the heavyweight championship of the world. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I like Johnny Gargano. I like his character. I like everything about him. I just don't want to see him be world champion.
In his area and what he does.
But North American champion, that's fantastic. Any other championship they put on him, that's fantastic.
Robbie says, should Otis be kept away from the title? Yes.
Yes.
Kira says Otis could
No, you could push Otis at the title, but he's not going to beat Roman, so that'd be fine. But he's also a bad guy, so it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Once he turns face again, after he turns on Alpha Academy, then yes, I think they could push him at it. Because he'll be super popular at that time. Mm-hmm.
Robbie says not taking the Mick Piper is a big old unit too. Yeah, Piper is a old dewdrop. Kira says, I hate Roman Reigns. He should lose the belt and retire.
There you go.
Did you hate him when he was a good guy and didn't have the title? That's the question of the day. Jordan Williams is in the chat. Hey, Jordan says, what's up, ladies and gents? Not much. We're just watching some
fantastic.
Raw. Right now we're watching Riddle versus AJ Styles. Riddle with his broken foot.
Is it possible that...
Trying to be what's-his-face?
Can Riddle beat AJ? I mean, he shouldn't even be able to beat him one-on-one.
Not really.
Let alone with a broken foot. He
Oh,
popped that rope out from under him.
Fell.
AJ was going for that phenomenal forearm.
AJ. Oh, man. Jerk. Riddle couldn't get up and he slipped and fell and then totally... Oh, he did it on purpose. What a jerk.
And he hit that head.
I thought he was supposed to be kind of a good guy, but he's kind of a bad guy.
Those are steel cables. They're just wrapped.
I think Randy's like...
Uh-oh, here it is, that DDT. Randy's patented DDT.
I think Randy's having a bad influence on Riddle. Kara says, no, not at all. AJ is carrying the WWE.
Old AJ Styles.
It's like, ew, gross. He's like, I'm going to touch my foot, my stinky, gross foot, and then I'm going to touch your face with my hand.
Smell it.
It's like, gross. Nobody wants to see that.
Riddle going all the way up top, one-footed.
Robbie's like, D, should Edge join AEW? I think that Edge should go
and he landed on that ankle.
Oh, he landed on his foot again? I think Edge should go to the Canadian wilderness and get lost for good.
Ooh. How about the Smoky Mountains?
No, I don't want him in the United States. I need him to go back to Canada where he belongs.
Look at that.
Oh. Poor Riddle.
1, 2, and 3. No, Riddle kicked out.
He's like, I'm not all here, but I totally did it. Indicator says Styles carry anything except Amos jockstrap.
Right. You don't want to carry that.
AJ Styles is a character that can carry a lot, but he can talk really well, and and he's a good
perfect.
Wrestler,
AJ World Champion doesn't affect me at all.
Right. Kier says, who remembers SoCo? I don't know who that is or what it is.
Southern Comfort, like the liquor?
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
Ibar.
Why are the Viking Raiders
Eric
out
behind
there?
him.
Almost.
Well, because they're going after their tag team titles.
I get it, but seriously.
He's going to get rolled up, isn't he? And yes, Riddle wins with a roll-up. Can you imagine that?
Jeez,
Creative is getting out of control here, guys.
They got distracted. He's like, oh, Almost is getting stalked by the Viking Raiders, which is hilarious because Almost can take care of himself. Like, really? It's so weird. Kira says Riddle wins. Mitzi's like, yes, ha. Kira says, I meant Socko. Oh, Socko. I don't know. Do you remember Socko?
I remember Socko.
Okay, good. Robbie says, D, I thought the good old US of A welcomed everyone.
That's what the Statue of Liberty says.
No, we should...
Bring us your weak and weary masses.
Okay, that's old. That was when we were young and dumb as a country.
Bring us your weak and weary masses.
We're done with that.
As long as you become an American and want to be an American and you do it right, that's how you get it done.
He doesn't, though. He's still a Canadian, so go back to Canada.
What are you talking about?
Edge.
Oh.
He wanted to know if Edge should join AEW, and I said no.
Oh, that chop block.
He should get lost in the... He should get lost in the Canadian wilderness and never be found again.
I wonder if she's really hurt or if this is just a thing.
Who knows?
Because if Ripley's hurting people,
she might
it's going to
be
be an issue.
She'll be a Nia Jax. She'll be on the blacklist. She'll be
You just made the list.
You just made the list.
I've got some chairs outside. We could try this.
With who?
I don't know, just like a neighbor or something.
You think? You want to just attack a neighbor and
Put a bar in his mouth.
put a bar in their mouth and see what happens?
Just pull back on it.
Make sure you do it out in the street so nobody's insurance is liable. Don't do it on your own property. Kira says, no wonder the WWE is going down the toilet with this jobber Riddle beating AJ Styles with a fluke roll-up of all things. Those fruit roll-ups. Vindicator's like, time for the break, back in 20 minutes.
Well, she's not going to wrestle. She's just doing an update on her knee injury.
She's going to talk for a while, and I don't think he wants to listen to her talk either. Robbie says, D, you are so harsh on your boy Edge. My boy. Your boy? The only person who gets upset about it is you. So you must really like him. I mean, like him. That's pretty gross, dude. Like, ew.
Like, Edge is sexy.
Like, I think only his wife should like him. And there I feel sorry for her, but looking at her, it's not surprising.
That's that Olympian right there. She looks all weird, like she's balding. That swimmer.
Oh, yeah. Because her hairline's so weird. Mm-hmm. Her hairline's like way back here. You're like, is she losing her hair? Or no, that's just her hairline. And you. Kira says Jeff Jarrett is the biggest legend in wrestling history.
Double J!
The biggest legend?
Ever. Mount Rushmore, just him 4 times.
Kira says, who remembers Big Daddy?
Are you talking about Diesel?
I don't know. He just said Big Daddy.
Big Daddy Cool?
Robbie says they love a fluke roll-up these days. Yes, it's their favorite thing. Fruit roll-ups are the thing. With everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, Chris says Honky Tonk Man is better than Jeff Jarrett.
That match right there, Hall of Famers going at it. Just a honky tonk man. Cool. I'm cocky. I'm bad. I'm poor Jeff Jarrett. I think Jeff Jarrett actually came out with an album and he had like a top 10 hit. In real life, like on the country music Billboard album sales.
Yeah.
I think he had a top 10 hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
He's a one-hit wonder.
Chris again says, no, he means Big Daddy V.
Oh.
No, British wrestler Big Daddy.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I know who Big Daddy V is, though. Viscera or whatever.
Yeah. We don't know any British wrestler Big Daddy, so yeah, that's not happening. Kira's like Honky Tonk Elvis.
Coming to your town in my pink Cadillac. I'm just a honky tonk man.
So weird.
Takes me back to my childhood. All giddy, watching the Honky Tonk Man. Jake the Snake Roberts in his prime. With the snake.
How do you know which one's the right and which one's the left? And does it tell you on the Twix package?
I don't know. I
like
haven't had a
if
candy
you buy
bar.
the Twix, because I don't really like Twix that much. Like they're okay, but they're not like one of my favorite candy bars to eat. I don't go, ooh, I really want to go have a Twix. But on the package now, because of that stuff, do they say, like, this one's the right one and this one's the left one?
You should be able to taste the difference.
You think?
Yeah, one tastes a little bit more right, and one tastes a little bit more lefty.
Oh, that's gross. I don't think so.
Charlotte looking like a diva out here.
No, totally. That's what she did.
Yeah, so the match is over, so you're not expecting to get hit from behind.
True not. True that.
And Rhea, of course, can't win fair.
Ooh. the last laugh and whatever is happening there. Kira says, don't check out Big Daddy. I think embarrassing. All right, then. Ravi says, Travis, did you like Rick Rude?
I did. For all you fat, out of shape. He's like, I want you to turn around and let your women enjoy. And then he'd do his little...
She needs a taller crutch.
Right?
Why is her crutch so
Just
low?
extend your crutch so you don't look like Quasimodo.
But why is your crutch so low? And why are you wearing heels if your knee is so bad?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't.
She's got to look good.
Kind of weird. Let's see. Chris says, "LOL, just looked up British Big Daddy. You guys need to look him up." Oh God, we got told not to. We told not to get checked out.
The British Big Daddy.
Robbie's like, Charlotte has lost hella Terry. She has lost a lot of weight. And I'm not sure any of it's totally in a really good way, though, because...
She looks really thin.
And
she got her boobs lopped off, so...
I feel like she's losing muscle tone, too. Like, she's not... I mean, she's muscular, but not as muscular as she should be. It's kind of like a weird leaning up stuff. I don't know. Weird. Kier says, Chris, that's sadly what Britain had. Ravi says, do you loving this segment? Oh, there's Rhea. There you go, everybody. Make it so better. Chris is like, is Charlotte crutch clutch? I don't know what our deal is, but it's stupid. Oh my God. Oh jeez. Is Rhea coming out making fun of her? This is amazing.
Wow.
This is just sad on so many ways.
That's funny. He kind of looks like a Three Stooges.
That's fun. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh.
I remember Haystack.
Rhea's not going to make it down there. Her knee hurts so much. I think she's having sympathy pains for Charlotte.
I do remember Haystack, the guy that he's with in some of these pictures.
Haystack?
This big guy.
Yeah. That's funny. Robbie's like, she looks 2D these days. Kira says, that's not Charlotte. It's Ric Flair in a wig. No.
No, Rick was stacked.
Yeah, there's
built.
no way that would even remote. You could even pretend that. Chris says, now Char is like Rebel with a crutch, but now Rebel is even more injured on AEW. Yeah, I guess
she tore her kneecap.
Got her kneecap torn off.
Patella.
Robbie says, would you say Charlotte is good on the mic?
Yeah, I don't mind her.
She's getting better. She used to be really bad.
I judge her by the whole field, and she's better than 99% of the women.
Kara says Loch Ness in WCW.
And this girl that's coming in, she's an embarrassment on the mic.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Lately, I'm going to give her some time to develop. She's only been on the main roster for a while.
And I don't know how she was in NXT on the mic, but they don't really do a lot.
They don't do a lot of
talking
mic work down
there. So she probably didn't have a lot of time to do anything. Kara says Haystacks was Loch Ness and WCW. Oh, okay. Chris says no, she is Robo Char. She's a robot Char that wears heels when she has a bad knee, which makes no sense. In crutches. Or a crutch. Oh, God. This is just embarrassing. I can't believe anybody's like, oh, I love this way the women roster is on these wrestling stuff. It's amazing. Yeah. Makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something with Rhea Ripley or she's going to just tank. When the fans come back, they're not going to accept this.
Oh, drama queen.
Oh, they both kicked each other's crutches.
You're just being a drama queen. Well, how could you not know she was being a drama queen? I mean, come on.
That's it. So this whole thing was just to...
Well, she's got to take her heels off.
Oh,
are they going to beat each other?
A crutch match.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, she ducked it. Ducked it again. Oh, it's like lightsabers. This is
Oh!
Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker all over again.
It is.
Look at this.
Damn.
Look at the coordination.
Oh! Rhea dropped hers.
Rhea has none.
She's like, I can't get to my crotch. Oh, no.
I mean, could they not have practiced in the back at least a couple times?
I don't know.
Jesus
this is
Christ.
pathetic as fuck, though. Like, Barfo. Oh!
Oh, she hit her with a crutch. What a cheater. Missed with that, though.
Wow. Oh, she broke it. Damn.
She needs to get back in there and get her shoes.
Why? Maybe Rhea can just throw it at her.
Are they going to have a crutch match?
Roberto is like, so they were both faking it?
Yes.
Totally. Kara says, those two will fight and the winner marries Michael Cole. Oh, God.
They get a real trophy at the end. Michael Cole's children.
Well, Pat McAfee, he seems to really
Our
like
Truth
Michael
and
Cole.
Jackson Wrecker versus Elias and Cedric. What the fuck?
Oh, Lord. Well, we wanted new shit. I guess we're getting it. Yeah. I'm guessing, Kara, that what you're saying there is pissing myself laughing. PMSFL.
That's too much. Taco night is heartburn you can plan for.
Is it though?
Just drink some apple cider vinegar and be done.
But you can't plan for your pizza heartburn. You can only plan for taco heartburn, not pizza heartburn.
Right.
And then the whatchamacallits over here. Little Caesars over here is like, oh, you guys have stuffed crust pizza? Because, you know, they all have their stuffed crust with cheese. And then Little Caesars like, bitches, we'll one-up you with that shit. We put pepperoni in our stuffed crust
Boom.
pizza. So it's like pizza inside
Mic
pizza.
drop.
It's like, what the hell?
Why don't they do the whole crust with cheese in it?
They do. Well, you mean like the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
I bet they have places that do that. Maybe not here. So you could do like one crust with a big cheese on the outside and maybe some like pepperoni or whatever, and then put another crust over the top of that, then put your sauce and stuff like that.
Right.
Like a double stacked whatever, like a stuffed pizza or whatever those are called, but
stuffed crust. Oh wait, but inside.
Right. I don't know. Why don't people do that? Anybody know any place that does that? Kara says Bret Hart destroyed the wrestling industry. Oh, that bastard.
The Hearts. Imagine that. The Hearts broke things. Just like Natalia's ruining the women's division.
She's ruining the whole tag team women's division. That bitch. They're like, let's make her, legit. Oh, look, Natalya won a tag team title at the age of 55. Oh, that's awesome. I know she's not that old, but still.
He better bring his hammer. I like Shark Week. I haven't seen it in like 2 years.
No, we recorded it and then we forgot to watch it.
We just never do, yeah. If we record something, it's just, that's the end of it.
Kira's like, you're right. I am off. Good night, all. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us for a minute, Kira. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Got a half hour left. We got this match and then obviously the big tag team match at the end.
Yes, that's
Who is Bobby Lashley's tag team partner?
MVP.
So
He didn't like the being
guy.
disrespected. So, yeah. Oh, and then it's the winners of Bobby Lashley and MVP versus the New Day. So, they can be on Raw Talk or they can be on Raw Talk, but not together. It has to be only the winners of that match.
MVP. Most valuable player.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a cow in our house?
Yeah.
Somebody must be stuck somewhere.
Elias coming out first. Cedric Alexander is his tag team partner. I feel like he should have been in the ring singing already.
He can't sing. It's a tag match, so he has to come out quickly. And he has Cedric Alexander as his partner, so... I guess he retired Benjamin Shelton.
I don't know what happened to him. I know he wrestled at that on main event against Karrion Kross and lost.
Wow. Just a loser all the way around. Sorry. That's mean.
We had a leather strap match last week.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't last very long, and it wasn't that entertaining because they didn't make it a big deal.
Mm-mm.
You know, WWE only allows like certain things to be their main events, and this would have been a great main event. AEW would have done this as their main event.
Yeah,
like you
they
don't
do it all
have
the
to
time.
have big names in your main event if you
Nope.
have big matches.
You don't have to have your champion be the main event.
Every week.
Mm-hmm.
It actually gets people sick of your champions.
Yep.
Here comes Riker. R-Truth coming out last because he's going to rap.
Possibly.
Oh, he will. It's his entrance song. He raps his own entrance song. A 1,000-yard stare isn't a good thing, guys. That's trauma. And that's what they called it in World War I. In those trenches. Because those guys were just zombies.
Mm-hmm.
They were killing people with their freaking hands.
Well, they were deprived of sleep and food half the time. And
That was when they invented trench warfare.
mm-hmm.
Before that, they just stood there on the battlefield and shot each other.
Do y'all know what time it is?
It's the part
Time
where
to
we
crank
crank it up.
Yeah.
Say What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's
Jump.
up?
Where's little Jimmy?
What's
What's
up?
up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Mitzi's in the chat going, Elias got a new theme song? I didn't really
It looked
notice
like it.
if
I think
was
it's
new,
his
but
own
maybe.
music.
Woo!
What's up? Yes. Oh!
24/7 stuff has to come out, of course.
Tozawa's in there. He's going to lose his
And
title
our
right in the
truth
center
is
of the...
going to be like,
Oh. R-Truth rolls him up 2 and 3. Oh! Tozawa kicked out. And then here comes the crew. Notice that Humberto Carrillo's in there.
Angel Garza,
That's too bad.
Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, there's Shelton. Oh.
Our truth is like, I have to go.
Archer just left Riker. Riker still wins. All right. Alexander going right after Riker, but Riker's just going to be too much for him. What the hell was that? He like fell out sideways, popped back up, kicked him. Look at the power. Jackson Riker. He's throwing him over into the corner so he can tag out. He wants Elias. Tag him. Elias is going to leave, isn't he?
He's going to leave his partner.
Elias is
like the
backing
last
away.
time. That's why he did a strap match so he couldn't run away.
Coward. Oh, is he going to get rolled up by a... They're both yelling at him. Oh, this guy's hurt. Look at the power. 1, 2 and 3. Wow. Well, Jackson Riker and R-Truth get the win. R-Truth
Elias
left.
made a monster.
Yeah.
I don't think he realized what he did.
This big dude. His legs are so strong, too. All right, where's Riker going to go? He going to go all the way to a championship? I want to see a manhandle Sheamus. That's hard feat. Holy crap. He's got to have his feet. Is he really that strong? Yeah, no, he's that strong.
He's really that strong.
Holy shit.
His feet are not on the ground at all.
That's a huge bar.
Yes. He's definitely not tiny.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we know he's strong, but I didn't realize he could lift his own body weight like it was nothing.
That's pretty funny. Adagio's in the chat saying, "Run, Truth, run!" Yes, he did run, too. He did apologize for running, but he did run.
All right, it's time for the New Day. So basically, it's going to be a handicap match.
Mm-hmm.
So, can a tag team beat Bobby Lashley? Because Vince hates tag teams. And he likes Bobby. Bobby's dominant.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
He
see
seems
the
to
New...
like give everything to the New Day sometimes too, and they're kind of pathetic. Well, Xavier Woods is.
I mean, if Kofi gets a roll up on Bobby before the pay-per-view, I'm okay with that. Because they're wrestling each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that. I'm okay if Kofi gets the pin here, but if Woods pins him, I'm going to be pretty upset. It's coming right after this break.
Like in all reality, Francesca should be popped over the head of Xavier Woods by MVP. So he's just out.
So it's fair one-on-one.
Flash says, Lashley's eyes made me freak out despite my angry face.
Right? Oh, nice. Cameron Grimes loses. He becomes his butler.
Oh, God. Well, they're going to pull that, too. They're like, well, AEW did this. It was really fun. Let's do it.
What did they call him? A boy? They had to change the name of it because it's offensive to somebody.
To somebody.
Houseboy or something.
I can't remember what they said, but whatever it was, yeah. Supposedly offensive.
Well, shit. We got 20 minutes left of this. That's a long time.
More than half of it will be commercial, so it'll be fine.
And entrances.
Wonder if his skanky hoes are going to come out with
Oh,
him.
we better get the hoe train. Or I'm turning it. I'm already soft. He's heading that way. But if you can do pull-ups on a bar that's that big... That takes some strength. He's just like...
So weird. Aw. I broke his phone. Rude.
They take, like, some sort of medicine to become babies. They're not just
Again.
babies. Yeah. Do they all have to grow up again, or does it wear off?
I don't know. I've never watched it. I mean, the first one, he was just a baby, I thought. I didn't think he was, like, made into a baby by some weird experiment.
Yeah, I don't know.
I only saw it one time, so I couldn't tell you anything more about it.
That's one more time than me.
I thought we watched it together.
No, I've never seen that. You might have watched it with McKenna, and I might have been out there and fell asleep or something. But
that's a good possibility. You usually do. Seems to be your MO. Let's watch a movie, Dalitha. He's over there sleeping. Like, dude, seriously, how are we watching a movie together if you're fucking sleeping? Like, you're the worst movie watching mate ever.
If I lay down, I'm done. That's just the facts.
Then don't lay down.
I can't stay awake. I'm up all day, and I'm usually doing.
I'm up all day too.
So, like, when it's time to do that, lights go off, it gets darker, I'm done.
Like, Thursdays are not like days where I'm like, gee whiz, I only had to get up at noon and do a couple things. Like, I was up, went to work, came home, did laundry, helped dad, did dinner for dad, then come here. It's like, holy shit. Like, my day is packed. With room, you don't have to. You pay like 4 times as much, but it's cool.
That's your ranch burger right there, right?
I didn't have the burger. I had the chicken.
But that's the ranch burger.
But yeah, that's the one.
Because you're like, I know I saw one that was an actual burger.
Mm-hmm.
Not the
yeah,
chicken.
they do have a chicken one and a burger one. I did not expand to get the burger one. It kind of creeps me out a little too much. Ranch on a burger sounds kind of gross to me. Ranch on a chicken sandwich, though, that's totally fine. That makes some,
Look, they're doing it again next week.
Oh, goody. Falls count anywhere next week.
Falls count anywhere.
Yeah.
That means in the bathroom, on the roof, outside in the parking lot. Alberto's back.
Rio is cleared, so.
There you go.
Ooh.
Next week's got a huge card. Humberto Carrillo and Sheamus.
Wow.
After Humberto Carrillo
broke his nose with his
Sheamus.
elbow. That was awesome. Which was
Look
funny
at this.
because... Which was funny, though, because Humberto Carrillo really didn't mean to. So, Eric versus Amos, and then Ivar versus AJ Styles.
Wow.
Which is a good thing to do, right?
And then in 2 weeks...
They're going to have the Raw Tag Team Championships of the Viking Raiders versus AJ Styles and Amos. Which is good that they did Ivar and AJ Styles right, because Ivar has that broken neck. And I'm afraid that Amos would be a little too aggressive with him.
Next week is the... So 2 weeks? That means it's not going to be on the pay-per-view?
I guess not.
It's the day after the pay-per-view. That's live. That's going to be their live show. Huh.
Weird.
So that match isn't going to be at the pay-per-view.
Mm-mm.
What in the world is wrong with WWE? They hate tag teams. Hate them.
Everything. Like, we don't like groups of people. We don't like tag teams of people. We hate them all. All of them are hated.
The Almighty.
Like, please don't show that camera angle anymore. Thank you. That camera's got issues.
Well, I think it's all the CGI they're adding to it. And so it's just slowing it down like it's not...
I don't know what the hell his problem was.
The refresh rate isn't fast enough.
It was like seizure time there for a second. So MVP hardly ever limps.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, okay, I've got to show off my, my brokenness immensely.
That's at Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Kofi, new champion, heading into SummerSlam. That's going to be fantastic. Oh, yeah, and that's fictional.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way. I just look at it like this. There's no fucking way that Kofi should even get a one-up on Bobby Lashley if he can't even do it with Brock Lesnar. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
He's got to beat him in like 14 seconds to make it legit.
Oh, right? So crazy.
Like, he's got to beat him. It's got to be the main event, which isn't going to be because Edge and Roman are going to be the main event.
Right.
But it has to be the main event if Brock's going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know immediately. Because if Roman comes on before this match, you know Brock's coming.
Oh, true.
And then he beats him, and then all of a sudden you hear... But the only way that happens... I mean, how's Brock going to be out there by himself? He's got to have a mouthpiece. And Paul Heyman's his guy. And you can't break him up.
Right.
So, and you can't have Paul Heyman on 2 shows. I don't think that would work. Especially once they go on the road. That's too much flying.
So the only way that could work, right, is if Roman, he does kind of talk for himself most of the time anyways, and kind of Paul does his little liaison works and stuff, is that Paul does something that Roman gets upset about and fires him.
Yeah, within a week. So he's got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He got 2 shows to make that happen.
And
then if that happens, we know.
Though. Maybe that's the whole thing with Jimmy, having that, we haven't seen Roman really, and maybe that's it. And now Roman's going to get all pissed because Paul's just kind of like, yeah, sure, go out there and have a match. And he's going to be like, did I tell you that he could have a match? You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know. I'm throwing shit out there. Roberto says, enjoy the rest of y'all's Monday night. All right, thanks, Roberto. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoy the last part of Raw. Hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, we just got a little more than 14 minutes left.
Yep.
MVP, one-legged, beating old Woods here, old Xavier. Oh, he speared him right in that knee.
In that knee. Cheater.
That is not a chop block if it's in the front.
Chop block is from behind. Get your shit straight.
Or side.
Jimmy
right?
Smith.
Actually, I think it's more of a side chop, but...
He speared him right in the leg.
He sure did.
Full straight on.
Old Weekend.
Old Weaker. Oh.
There's a tag.
Now the tagger.
Or they did not count it.
I don't know. He's probably like, maybe he didn't. Now he's got the tag.
All right, Kofi going up top. And right down on that knee. All right, well, MVP's going to be in trouble. Not going to be able to ever walk normal again.
Vindicator's like, why? What's happening on Wednesday? Oh, some AEW stuff.
Old AEW
More
Dynamite.
wrestling. It's, back on its normal night, so might actually get its ratings back up. I didn't even look at what its ratings was last week. So he says, I'm surprised they aren't going to do the Raw Tag Team Championship match for Money in the Bank. They are doing it the right night after it instead, which could be a smart move in the long run. Yeah,
and there's going to be fans, guys. So it's back to, they have to make some main events happen on big TV. They were about 850,000.
So way, way more, like double.
Yeah, than what they were on this Saturday.
Good. So almost back to what they were before they went to their Fridays and Saturday thing.
Like they're gonna
they were over 1 million at that point. A
couple times, yeah.
Yeah. So good. That's good.
They got to get rid of Kenny Omega, I think.
Oh my god.
I think that's their anchor, but I don't know if putting it on Adam Page is going to be the answer.
No, I just feel like, and the thing of it is what I feel like the problem is they're integrating other places in with it, and that's taking away from what AEW is.
It's also taking away from those places.
Yeah.
Impact is getting hurt worse than they're getting improvement.
Help.
They thought that Kenny Omega was going to be this savior, and it did not work.
And they fucked that up, and the thing of it is like, what they should have done is they should have given it to Moose and already had a contract signing in place that he was going to sign. A botch, probably.
I don't even know what just happened. And Bobby just fell, and Kofi wasn't there.
I think he messed up. Okay, now just finish him already. Be done with this.
Right, yeah.
Don't play with your food. As Sophie says, we know next week's episode of Raw is going to get taped sometime this week.
Yeah, it's either that or taped right after this.
Yeah. I mean, something definitely has to happen, right? Because they're definitely not going to have them, especially if they all have to be there probably on Friday, no matter what. SmackDown included with that, and Raw. They're going to have Raw's tape that Monday so that they can make sure they're ready to travel
to Vegas
and be in Texas.
Right, I'm talking about their pay-per-views in Texas. Oh wait, is it in Texas? When's the pay-per-view?
Yeah, everything's in Texas.
Oh.
This time.
Vegas is SummerSlam.
Yes. Everything's in Texas this next paper. Money in the Bank is in Texas. Which isn't that far away, granted, but it's their first time traveling for a while, so they want to make sure they have time for any kinks. A Vindicator says, and here I thought Omega was the best wrestler in the world, or so he was in 2020. How time flies and the mood changes.
You cannot have a champion like that and expect him to stay number one as a top wrestler. It just won't happen. How they're making a mockery of their champion. Impact is making a mockery of their title, and AEW is making a mockery of their whole entire division. With this title sharing crap.
Right.
He's supposed to be a title collector, but it ran out of steam. It's not even working.
Yeah. It just became stupid.
They don't even use it anymore. He just is the champion.
Yeah. Sophie says, if they tape next week's Raw tonight, they will be tired after tonight's Raw is over if they are going to be used for next week. They do other stuff. Like, some of those guys can do a couple. I mean, a lot of these matches are only 5 minutes long. They don't do a lot, by the way. Like, there isn't a lot of things they do that it makes it so that they're, like, so bad that they can't. Now, if they did half-an-hour matches like AEW does and then had to do another half-an-hour match later on, now I could see, yeah, that would be they would be tired and botches and things can happen and mistakes can happen. But these guys, they wrestle for 5 fucking minutes and they're done. Like, oh, wow, you poor thing. You had to get your cardio up for 2 minutes. Oh, gee whiz.
It's like HIT. They're doing another Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
She's all sorts of mean.
Yeah, she is. So, the Suicide Squad, I thought it was called that before. Or was it just called Suicide Squad?
I don't remember.
Not the Suicide
right.
Squad. All right. Sophie says Impact taped like a month in advance before pay-per-views.
They do that. Isn't that nuts?
That is kind of weird.
Like, people could look different. Like, you could go into your match and have a tattoo that's already healed.
Yeah.
A month later.
It's like, wait a minute. You didn't have that. Sophie says they have done taped Raws before, like when COVID first hit, they taped plenty of episodes of Raw in a row. Yes, they did.
It's very smart.
They did, and not only that, Sophie, but they taped them, and then they taped them with different endings.
Yeah, so that nobody could leak them.
So
and then the wrestlers didn't even know who was going to win the match.
Yeah, until after it aired. And then it was like, hey, now you're the winner. Okay, act like it. So, I mean, that's kind of...
And I hope that's what they do.
That's understandably a little bit weird, but
like
you do have to do what you have to do.
I love the idea of taping it with different endings, and then the wrestlers won't even know, and so they have to watch too.
Yep. Ooh, kick pain in the ass for cream. That guy's teeth are just way too white. It's kind of creepy in a way. Isn't it? Like they're almost too white?
No such thing.
Oh, yes, there is.
Jake Roberts looks great.
God, he's so creepy looking. It creeps me out every time. I'm like, why does he have chiclets in his mouth? Why are his teeth like chiclets? That's pretty funny, actually. Oh, they have their own show now.
Yeah.
Crisley Knows Best and Growing Up Crisley. Mm-hmm. So he's letting those kids have their own show. That's pretty funny. Sophie says they also tape pay-per-views as well when COVID first hit, like WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Delitha would tell anyone who will listen that Omega was a better champion than McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath who is actually very timid and basic and by the numbers. I probably would.
Yeah, I think I
because
do.
Omega is a better champion. But that doesn't make what they're doing with him as a champion better.
Right.
Winnicare's like, I love using teeth whitening toothpaste. I bet you do, you freak. Do you make them so they look like chiclets?
Do you eat that for your meals? Like Jake Roberts?
Your teeth are so white they look like chiclets in your face? I mean, come on now.
He makes tissues look like they're brown.
It's so creepy to me. It's like, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Bobby Lashley getting physical in here, guys.
As he's supposed to.
So we got about 3 minutes left, maybe 4 minutes left.
Yeah. Stop playing with your food, Bobby.
I'm going to assume there's no more commercials, so this is going to go straight through to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bobby Lashley.
Says they're used to taping SmackDown like they have also done when COVID first hit as well. Yes. Yes, both of them have been taped. NXT as well, by the way.
Now, SmackDown isn't going to be taped, though. It's going to be live every time the rest of the way. Until we're live fans, and then we're going to be live then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, next Monday is going to be taped, so it should be interesting. Look for spoilers.
Let's just hope that people don't know what's happening, but they will, of course. Luna says, I see Becky Lynch in the Dome somewhere. Oh,
yeah, I saw the redhead up there. That's definitely not Becky.
That person's on 2 of the screens. They have the same person on 2 screens.
Yeah, I've seen that. They've done that a couple times.
What the hell? Come on, guys. If you're going to do that, at least space them out more. They're like right next to each other. They're like, here's one. 4 later, there's the same person. It's like, people are like, this is dumb. I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm not going to be in the Thunderdome anymore.
We just got to get to see Sheamus again. That means Sheamus is better now.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could be recorded tonight.
Mm-hmm.
To be aired next week.
Yes. Luna's like, damn.
Sophie
says, remember when they had a taped Raw or SmackDown during the early COVID days, they showed a random pay-per-view match to fill out the time?
Uh-huh.
Yes. It was so weird. We were like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are we watching this again? Because we had just done the pay-per-view. And then they showed the pay-per-view again on TV.
Right, like a big match. I'm wondering, I thought that for some reason that was... Didn't they show the Royal Rumble again?
Yes.
That's what it was. They showed the damn Royal
Rumble. They showed that,
Rumble.
and they showed the end of match with AJ Styles and The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
They showed that
one. The graveyard, yeah.
Yeah, they showed that one a few times, too. It was like, what the... It's like, what the motherfucker? Then here's like 4 minutes left. That means I've stayed 24 minutes too long past my usual early cop-out. So I will see you guys on Hump Day, assuming there are no setbacks for all parties involved. Exactly. Woo! All right, Vindicator.
Double
will
leg
you take
drop.
care?
MVP's
God,
in
hope
trouble.
You had a safe and fun 4th of July celebration if you liked it.
Boom.
And we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, Kofi's going to end it here. Oh, what's Bobby doing?
Kicking people.
This is how they're going to lose. Here it comes. Trouble in Paradise. No, big clothesline.
Get him, MVP. Veneer, sleep tight. Don't chew up all your toothpicks through the night, Travis. Yeah, he sleeps with them.
I fall asleep with them sometimes.
It's disgusting.
I have not died yet.
Nobody wants to, like, roll around in bed and get poked by a toothpick.
You don't want to get poked by my wood?
That's what she said. Sophie said, I guess they showed the random pay-per-view matches because whatever they taped probably couldn't fill out that much time.
Yeah, I would assume, yeah.
It was that, plus some things got leaked and Vince got mad. And so they did some other changes.
Look at this.
Okay, now put him in the Hurt Locker or something. Get rid of him. Oh,
no, look behind him, Woods.
Ugh. This guy.
Got 1 minute.
Oh my god, seriously? He's like, get the fuck out. Right?
Okay, Woods spills out to the floor.
Now, get Kofi. Oh.
MVP's going to lose this.
Probably.
There's just not enough time. There it is.
That's
Trouble in Paradise. That's it. Now MVP's going to get pinned.
And Xavier's over there. He's going to do something.
All right, Woods gets... Or Woods. Kofi's going to pin MVP, and that's it. It's happening right now.
Probably, because they don't have a lot of time, and he's showboating. Oh.
Trouble in Paradise. That's it. Count to 10. Very predictable.
Very predictable. Very predictable because they are like, well, you got soft, so you can't. It's like, maybe you need to get rid of your hoe train and your partying.
They should have had Kofi pin Bobby, though.
Yeah, well, anybody can pin MVP. He's old and crippled. So.
Yeah, that's...
He's old and crippled, so it doesn't make any sense.
That's my MO.
Old and crippled?
Yeah.
All right, Lou says, well, I'm gone. Good night, everyone.
All right, well, we appreciate you being in here.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Sophie says they stopped doing tape shows because both their Fox and NBC deals say they have a certain amount of tape shows in their contract or something like that. They stopped doing tape shows because they actually got a setup where they could actually do the showing and still have fans. So they started doing it without the Thunderdome and everything like that, and they needed like a permanent place that they could be at. So they moved to the Performance Center and they started doing it there. And then they had to move out of that, after the fact.
Right, so they moved to Tropicana Field.
So they moved to Tropicana Field and started doing it there with the Thunderdome. A lot of it had to do with the fact that they weren't really prepared, because you got to remember, NXT has a place where they stay all the time. NXT doesn't usually go on the road. NXT isn't they stay where they're at. They don't have on the road shows. So they've stayed at their place like all the time, where Raw and SmackDown never did. They were always on the road. They may have come back to that place, to like regroup and stuff like that, but their headquarters aren't even there. Their headquarters are in fucking New York or Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut. They're in Connecticut. So they're not going to go to their headquarters in Connecticut and hang out. They want to go to the Performance Center that's in Florida, where they do all their training and all this stuff. So SmackDown and Raw don't have a spot where they just sit and do whatever. So they had to make a place. And how hard would that be to share that spot with NXT plus new wrestlers who are trying to come up and coming, that they're still having and training and everything in their stuff. So I don't really know if it has anything to do with deals of certain amount of taped stuff or anything like that. I highly doubt that USA and Fox really would give a shit if all their stuff was, taped during that time, because of what was happening in the world. Now, if they started doing that for live events and said, we're going to have this live event and tape it, but then we're going to show it next week instead, now that's kind of fucked up. But that's the only reason why Raw and SmackDown did what they did, is because they didn't have a place. They had to do tapings. Then once they got a place set up where they could kind of be live, right, that they could do all this stuff and kind of set up a whole, well, we're going to have people, but, not like people. So they were like, well, we'll have this Thunderdome idea and all this stuff. But that takes time. That shit takes time to set up. And so they have to do something in between there. Which, that's how it was and that's what they did. But anyways, Gothlesia said bye-bye. Bye, Gothlesia.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Anyways, we are done with Raw. And if you weren't here for whatever happened beginning there, it looks like MVP got the pin by Kofi. Kofi pinned MVP in that, which was, as Travis said, very extremely predictable of what was going to happen. All that fun stuff. Lieutenant Martha says, I'm gone. I need to wake early tomorrow, as we all do. I have to get back to the old grind of doing things in life that doesn't include vacay time away. All right, so again, thank you everybody for watching Raw with us tonight. We will be back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite, so join us then. If you are an NXT fan, Joe to Best Wrestling TV does do a live stream
for Great American Bash
of that, which Great American Bash is tomorrow on NXT. Sounds like it's going to be phenomenal. If you want to watch a live stream, watch along, go over to Joe to Best Wrestling TV. He will do that, and you can watch it along with him. Otherwise, we at Wrestling Gap will be back on Wednesday for AEW.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.